Hello, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of the Australian Universities Chess League. I'm here with Ian, another commentator. Terence is also here. He will be back at about 6. And we are mostly going to be focusing on, we're mostly going to be focusing on the UNSW Monash match this round, which is very exciting. These are two of the favorites to win the tournament. We will also be looking at the Melbourne UQ match and also the USyd South Australia match. Right, Ian, where do you want to start?
Oh, okay. Let's have a look at. I want to have a look at the Sterling Ryder game.
Sterling Ryder, yeah. This is a very interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is very interesting. There was a bit of anxiety from Sterling before the round to start this, doing a lot of preparation in a semi-slot. So I'm curious to see how the game progressed. So we get a
semi-slot, bishop G5. And Sterling doesn't play his usual bishop E7 line, which I always make fun of him for playing because
bishop D, knight B7. We get queen A5, the Cambridge Springs.
We get a Cambridge Springs.
DC4. So he decides to go for DC4.
Is that the main move here?
It's one of two moves. You can go bishop B4, or you can go D takes C4. Both lines, the bishop B4 line, I think leads to some very sharp variations. But just is just a bit simpler. Yeah, you win the bishop pair, though you've got some holes. The bishop on D7 or the bishop on C8 isn't super good. Yeah, but okay, it's pretty playable for both sides. We'll get a very grindy positional game, which is probably what Sterling wants.
Yeah, I guess Ducks.
G3 makes a lot of sense to me. Just putting a lot of pressure on the D6 B7 diagonal. Ready to go A3 B4 B5 later. Open that C file onto the queen. Also, maybe some knight E5, knight B5 ideas to go after that queen. But yeah, I mean, it looks to be relatively balanced out of the opening. Okay, White's obviously going to castle. We're going to get. I'd be curious to see how Sterling develops actually, because that light squared bishop is a bit of a problem, and you're not really going E5, so you can't really develop it on that diagonal. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what he does. Maybe bishop B6 and bishop B7, but you're never really playing C5 at the same time because the white queen will probably go on E2 or C2 or something like this. So you're going to step out of the pin on the D file. So likely. C5 might not be a real thing. So
yeah, I will also note Sterling is not used anytime. He is still in preparation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Sterling probably has a plan for what to do with this bishop.
Yeah.
That's the main issue. As soon as Sterling gets this bishop out, he's just better.
Yeah,
so bishop pair.
Yeah, he'll have the bishop pair. White's got a lot of holes on the queen side, on the king side. All the pawns are on dark squares.
So possibly something there. I'm thinking B6 or B5. B5 is a risky move to make.
Very risky for sure.
Of course, there's.
Yeah, you open up the long diagonal. There's also knight E5, but immediately going after the C6 pawn. Yeah, you got to be pretty careful about this B5 ideas.
So
yeah,
that looks quite risky to go for straight away, but it's a long-term plan.
Yeah,
B6, bishop A6 looks playable, but again, C6 is weak. So Sterling's still in preparation here. Ryder has thought for about 80 minutes, not long, but he's thinking now.
Maybe another idea with that B5 line, we can go bishop D7 first and then prepare B5 like that. And then if you try and play knight takes B5, I don't know, let's say if White makes a random move like A3, we'll probably go B5 or C5 or something like this. And then you can't really take on B5 with the knight because you'll get 2 pieces for the rook. So maybe just put the bishop on D7. Maybe you'll tuck it away on E8 just for the long term.
Looks right.
Yeah, a bit weird, but maybe that's the plan. But I guess in a dream situation, you're going to play C5.
This is the dream. You just play this.
Yeah. Put the bishop on C6.
But that's a little bit hard. But I think Sterling is fine in this opening. It looks like he's still in preparation, which is quite good. This isn't a line he usually plays. Like I said, he usually plays bishop E7 in this position. So going for Cambridge Springs is a little bit different. Ryder probably hasn't prepared this.
Yeah. Still
position.
Yeah, in a lot of preparation. So I'd say this opening has been relatively successful as long as he gets that light squared bishop out. Oh, okay, castles. Yep. I think the opening has been pretty successful, if nothing else, for the time. 18-minute time advantage right at the opening. He should still be in preparation here.
Sorry.
What did you say? We didn't hear you.
Is there a silver water bottle in the corner?
Yeah.
If you grab that, that's fine.
Okay.
Could you just get that? Could you just walk it in? Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
very very interesting position. We'll be interested to see how Sterling develops
So
that
Sterling
light square
Ryder,
bishop.
super important matchup.
Mm.
Sterling lost the last round to Lewis Chan, and that's how Unimog ended up defeating UNSW last round. That was one of the most important games, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can bring it back in this one and defeat Monash, who's another really important rival. Monash needs to beat Unimog for UNSW to have any chance, and UNSW needs to win this.
Yeah, we need to crush if we want to have any chance. So knowing that, let's have a look at Cameron.
Let's move on to
Nicholas.
Cameron and Nick. Oh, it looks like you're opening.
Oh boy, that can't be a good sign. Oh, okay, bishop b5 check. So is this a Moscow variation?
Yeah, so we have this sort of
D7,
canal
C4.
attack type thing. C4 is a move here that I've seen before. It's a very Cameron move.
Yeah, it gets to very interesting positions. I guess White essentially just tries to force Black into a Maroczy structure, and where the light squared bishop is outside of the C4 E4 pawn bind. So theoretically, it should be good for White, but clearly Black still has a lot of compensation because without the light squared bishop that's usually on E2, it becomes a lot easier to play B5. And if you ever go B3, that dark squared bishop on G7 is going to become a very strong piece. But I've seen Cameron play this before and with a lot of success. So he should be very experienced, feeling very comfortable in this opening. He should know it well.
Both sides have used roughly similar amounts of time, but this Maroczy structure without this light squared bishop is a bit double-edged.
Yes.
I prefer it. I prefer not having a bishop here because it looks kind of ugly, especially with F3 here.
Conceptually, it makes sense, but practically, Black will be getting some Queen A5, B5 stuff with a Rook on C8 later.
It's pretty typical. I expect B3 to be played here. I think B3 is the usual move, and
B3
here
will probably
here.
Castle.
F3 can also be played, but it's not really necessary.
Yeah, Black can always throw at Knight C5 or Knight E5 at basically any moment. So, double-edged position.
Okay. Let's move on to Sam against Tejas. This position looks weird. Okay.
Oh, what is going on here? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we get a two knights variation with bishop
H3, takes E6. I actually played this line. I take here, though. It's interesting to see Sam doesn't. T takes is the main line because queen takes is forced. There is this tricky gambit line that some people play.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
bishop
very convincing.
or like C3.
What was the move here? I think it was. I don't remember. Let me check the book.
A lot of the times it's C.
It's bishop D3. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Bishop D3.
And after this, they often sack a second pawn. So
Yeah,
there's this gambit line.
yeah, I've definitely seen stuff like this before.
And Black's meant to play this. And I'm sure Sam knows that line. But for some reason, he chooses to play this knight of 6 move, which is the second move in this position. And Tejas insistently doesn't play E5. He doesn't want to go for this French structure where the bishop's already gone. So bishop D3. Now takes, and now queen takes.
Okay, so maybe he's trying to go for a slight improvement on that gambit
Yeah,
line?
I'm guessing he maybe prepared something here. He saw that Tejas plays into this and wants to play this sort of improved version of the gambit line. C3 is played. Queen back to D8 is the only real move.
Yeah, okay. Short castles we're going to get.
Short castles. Knight BD7. Rook F4. Then Knight C5. Knight C5 hasn't been played before.
Okay, he's come prepared
some
with a
other things
novelty, or not. He's used a bit of time, so maybe he's out of book at this point.
Yeah, he's probably out of book here.
But still, Knight C5 is, if nothing else, a very practical move, right? You're already up a pawn. You're going to start trading off a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, this looks promising.
So, yeah, I mean, what does White play here? I guess you're going to put a rook on the D file and then
Definitely,
threaten
yeah. So something like rook
so,
A1. We just start trading, right?
Yeah, just swap a bunch of
just-
pieces. Put the queen on B6. I
B6.
guess looks
Yeah,
reasonable.
what's wrong with A5 actually? Oh wait, this hangs. That's funny. Okay, B6.
Oh yeah, don't play bishop C6.
Yeah, okay. And this position looks practically quite good. I mean, bishop pair, of course, but
Yeah,
upper pawn with the board still very closed. This is a very solid structure, this Caracan structure.
yeah, for sure.
this should be fine. This should be a pawn for Sam. Obviously, there's good compensation. Otherwise, this line wouldn't be so popular. But I think Sam is pretty experienced in these sorts of structures. Knight c5. Didn't use much time here. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I would hope so.
On to the last board of the UNSW1 Nash match.
Okay. We've got Angelo versus Lillian.
Angelo Lillian. So Angelo plays this Botvinnik structure against every single opening, no matter what you do. So,
Anthony Chan opening. Okay, so just wants to prepare some
so
A3, B4 stuff.
Yeah, so for anyone unfamiliar with this Botvinnik structure, it's a very simple position. Basically, one of these moves will be played, either c5 or e5, and whichever one is played, you just chip away at it. So if they play c5, you just go a3, b4. If they play e5, you just go f4, and you just take, and then you just use the open file. It's that simple. That's every game. There's no other plan either. Like, you don't have any other choices. Sometimes you can play f4 even when they don't have a pawn here, because it just gains some space. You can try to attack on the king side, but the main plans, and this has been the case forever in this opening, is literally what I said. Just attack the pawn that they have blocking your Botvinnik structure. If they don't put a pawn here, you try to play d4. And then you get a big center, and you're just better. And that's how this opening usually goes. So knight b5 is an interesting move, but it's a pretty practical move.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because if you decide to ever take that knight, well, then c takes b5 is going to happen, and then you're going to loosen the grip on d4, which I guess is sort of the point.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, black's not going to take. Black's going to just, I don't know, improve the position. a4 I like
a4
a lot. Just
prevents b4.
Yeah, securing that b4 square, and also maybe knight b3 might come in an unpleasant moment.
Is this being attacked not an issue, though? Because if a4 takes...
Okay, just, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just play c takes and...
Sorry, I want to take with the other knight. I actually like this knight here.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's take with
The
this
other
knight.
Okay, okay, if you ever... okay, yeah, but c takes here, I'm not liking so much. Maybe we throw a knight takes. So
Man, I kind of want to take with bishop, actually.
Take with the bishop, okay, interesting. Okay, bishop.
Now c takes.
Yeah, I
I
kind of have to play
I
c
like
takes.
this knight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now I can play b3.
Okay, b3. Okay.
And this is sort of what English players usually go for, something like this position, especially in this Botvinnik setup. And Engine doesn't care. Engine likes black here. But no, this is what an English player usually goes for.
Yeah.
The Engine doesn't want to give up the bishop pair. It wants to keep the bishop pair, but roughly do the same thing. Maybe go around here.
Yeah, that diagonal is very
maybe
weak.
just play f4, expand. Maybe play b4. Open the b file, which is what we usually go for.
Yeah, and
yeah, either one of those plans looks quite practically good.
I kind of like this opening for Angela. It's a very, very practical opening. You know, simple ideas. Just open up the b file, attack on the b file, attack the b7 pawn. And the kind of bad part for black is that there's not so obvious where your pawn breaks are. Okay, you have this grip on d4, but white's threatening to trade it all off and put a pawn there, right? And which is not like positionally what you'd normally want to do, right? You'd love to have a piece there, but if the pawn ends up there, well then, okay, your bishop is on g7 is looking a little bit worse, and you can play e5, but then what's your next pawn break, right? And my next pawn break for white is just to go f4 and then maybe f5 and then try and kill you on the king side. So
or just b3.
Yeah, or even
the normal plan.
Yeah, literally. Just like any sort of.
Yeah,
but the thing is, white has all the pawn breaks in the position, so I think this is a very practical opening.
Yeah,
it's difficult to play for black. There's not a concrete plan. There's not a concrete pawn break to play for, since you kind of relinquish your chance to go a6 b5. So in that case, I think the opening is relatively successful. Knight b5, a pretty reasonable move.
I like knight b5. I might stop playing this. I really like knight b5. There's just no real issue with it, unless there's something like very practical, like very
something very
forcing
like that,
very concrete like that. Then I think knight b5 is good.
Yeah, I think
even though it's very rare.
Maybe the only like issue with that is if you do play knight takes b5, c takes b5, knight d4. It would be a little bit harder to activate the rook on b1. It looks a little.
I'm taking with something. I don't care what
I'm
taking.
Okay. Swap something on d4 first.
Let's just take the knight. I like the bishop.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Take bishop d2, and then still good for white, of course, but that pawn on b5 looks a little bit loose, maybe, because the queen can come to b6, maybe
I'll
bishop
just play
going to
A4.
d6. Okay, I'll go a4 first, maybe.
Okay, you're gonna play A4
Um,
first? Yeah, no, I'm playing
but-
B3,
Yeah, okay.
and then I'm getting this.
Fair enough.
So now my pawn in weakness is an advantage. So yeah, I like knight b5. I think it's quite a nice move.
Fair enough. Yeah, knight b5. Okay.
It's not a common move, but it seems very practical. Let's see some other boards. Let's move on to the UQ Unimob match. Unimob is currently leading the tournament, basically.
Ah, yes, University of Melbourne. Yeah,
So Ray
Ray
against
on board
Leon
one.
Lee. They have subbed off Lewis for this round. Who's their top player? He needs a rest, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
What is this opening, by the way?
Oh, knight c6, d5.
I like knight b8. But
Knight b8. Okay, sure you do. Okay, e4. Okay, knight. Okay, I don't know.
knight 4 is the usual move here.
I was gonna say I thought these positions black kind of wants you to go knight f3 and just swap that knight off for free. I think a lot of the time, generally, white wants to try and chase that knight around with something like f4 or bishop f4 or something like this.
H4 here before.
Oh
no, I've seen A4 on the
yeah. Okay, it doesn't quite work here. I guess
it doesn't work here.
So yeah, but
Yeah, I
this
think the
sort of-
theory here
I
is
thought this was the
this.
general idea.
Oh, it's H4 here. H4 is a move here.
Is that right? Okay, knight h4. Queen h5. Okay, yeah. Okay, we just win that, I guess. Knight
They can go
G6.
back. Yeah.
But I mean, this is already.
And now you
looks
just do this,
kinda like
this
disaster.
and mate them. or
Yeah.
Something.
I mean,
So
already-
yeah, that's where I've seen H4 before. Anyway. Anyway, it wasn't played. They played knight f3 here.
yeah, but knight f3. This is kind of
Leon
what
takes.
black wants, really. Or what black
Queen
wants.
f6.
Yeah. Okay. Bishop b2. Okay. Wow. Allowing.
It
the
looks
queen
like they've
trade.
told Leon to go
Interesting.
for a draw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it doesn't get more solid than this for black, right? Okay, bishop's coming out to c5. I mean, you go d6, maybe swap on d5 to open up the
We're playing
bishop.
b6.
Like, I'm not sure. Maybe you go b6, but you do have to reckon with some d6 ideas later. So,
Maybe.
or like e5, d6 stuff. I don't know.
Probably just d6, right?
Yeah, I thought just like put the bishop on c5, go d6, maybe e takes d5 later, and then bishop
bring it
f5.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, just bring all your pieces out, very normal, natural. Not play with too much risk. I would imagine is going to be UQ's strategy here.
Yeah, UQ is
but
UQ
kinda-
drew the last round.
Kind of interested. What were the alternatives to allowing the queen trade on
That's
outside of
true.
bishop e2?
I'm a little surprised Ray actually
Yeah,
accepted the
'cause
queen
allowing
trade.
this sort of ending seems a bit interesting because I thought it's a pretty typical idea in these positions to put the queen on g3 or like e3 or something like this and just kind of decline the queen trade and argue that the queen is sort of weak on the square, like we're attacking
Yes,
c7.
this is-
Yeah, bishop. Okay, maybe not g3 because of
Maybe-
bishop d6,
yeah,
but
so perhaps queen e3.
yeah. So now you don't really want to open up the queens, and then white wants to go like knight c3,
I like
bishop
the move bishop
c4.
d4 check here. I like that. That's the top engine move.
What? Okay, you
Just
okay,
to
you
stop
just
the
don't-
knight getting.
Yeah, you just don't want to
exactly.
allow
It's a
a
fun
knight on
move.
c3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a clever idea in a lot of positions. Yeah, he just goes for the ending.
Yeah,
Maybe he's
okay.
just comfortable in endings.
Yeah, I guess you just want.
He played well last round in an ending.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, white has a lot of ideas here too. I guess the wisdom of this is it gives a lot of chances for black to mess up, even though it
I'd say
seems
so.
like a pretty unassuming endgame. But okay, white will always hold a slight advantage with the pawn on d5, more space in the center.
I guess so. But is
Um,
this bishop?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
assume you're going to go c4, e5 later. I don't know if immediately, but there might be
D6,
something a little bit.
e5. Is that concerning? Like if the
yeah,
bishop gets out,
maybe.
we go d6 e5.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't want to play this ending if we get to this.
Yeah, of course. You
Like
kind of
you're never
presume-
taking this, right?
Yeah. You kind of are hoping that light squared bishop's going to be opened up one way or another. So I guess maybe you just can't allow e5 somehow. But okay, if you just start developing your pieces, even if you do go e5, we'll probably put the knight on
This is-
c3 to guard, and then bring the bishop back to e2. I'm sure that bishop will find some spots somewhere.
Yeah, we need to play this eventually to stop this e5 coming too early.
Yeah, bishop
They
f4.
just played straight away.
I think bishop f4 makes a lot of sense because if d6, then you can kind of claim a small small victory by saying, well, your bishop isn't on c5. It's not outside the pawn chain where it should be.
It also attacks a pawn.
Yeah, it also, yeah, well, it attacks a pawn too, yeah.
It also threatens after bishop d6
e5, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a move.
And you never know, maybe your opponent goes king d8 here, so.
King d8, I
You
like
never,
king d8.
never know.
Yeah, possible. Okay, where should we go next?
Board 2, I suppose. We haven't had a
Haran
look at it yet.
against Max Windsor. This looks
yes.
messy.
Oh, big attack on the king
Is
side
some
for
sort of
white.
London? No, it's a Caro
Oh.
exchange. Oh, okay.
Exchange Carcon, okay. Bishop f4, queen
Oh,
b3.
you know my favorite move here.
Oh, is it e5 or something?
E5.
Yeah, sack the pawn.
Daniel, you like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, Haran probably doesn't know about that. I'll tell him when we get here that E5 is the best move here.
Yeah, okay.
Fourth most popular book move. But Queen D6, Queen D7 is the second move actually after Queen C8.
So is it normal to put the queen on d7 or?
Usually it goes to C8.
Yeah,
I don't actually really know the difference, to be honest.
I always assumed that queen on d7 maybe walks into a knight on e5 later, but I guess practically it's actually kind of hard to get the knight to
Yeah,
that square.
that's
So,
really sort of the idea. But yeah, the idea in these sorts of positions, no matter where you put the queen, is you just play this and you minority attack.
yeah, of course.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's your plan.
yeah, very very normal stuff. And then white, I guess we've just got a clamp on the center. We want to try and push some kingside pawns and just go for the kill.
Okay, knight gets to E5. Now the queen moves. Bishop B5.
Ooh, okay, bishop b5.
Castles.
Not so sure about bishop
And now
b5.
there's a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, the issue is I think you're playing on the wrong side of the board, right? Black
Kind of,
White
yeah.
kind of needs to play on the king side and
I
the
think
center.
you just need to castle.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
castle. But yeah,
you could
bishop
go for
e5,
g4 as well.
and it also sort of wastes the tempo too. I'm not sure if you have time to waste that tempo, but okay. And
Yeah.
okay, trading the bishop. I'm not
Trading
so
the
sure
bishop for
about
the knight
that
is a
one.
bit of a mistake because
'cause-
this is sort of good.
Yeah,
You just go for this.
yeah.
that could
It's
be-
and the play is just too easy for black, right? You're just the obvious plan. You're going c5. You're going to go rook b8, and then okay, g4. Wow. Okay.
So yeah, so the reason they went for this is they have a sort of more concrete plan. They think, yeah, I'm going to weaken the queen side, but I'm faster, which
Okay, I guess we'll.
is an interesting assessment.
Yeah, time will tell, I guess.
And now they play knight takes, h takes, takes, and they go, I'm going to mate you. Good luck. That's
Okay.
it. That's the plan.
Yeah, fair enough.
That said, I don't think there's a mate here.
yeah.
I'm a little skeptical of that one.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the king's not really safe, right? Even if you play castles, there's so many breaks for black in the center, right? You can go c5. You can
C5.
even maybe go e5.
I don't like e5, but yeah.
There's
It's
black
fine.
has all the play in this position, I think. And like your knight on d2, it goes knight f3, knight e5, I guess. But we can still undermine that knight in a variety of ways.
97 at the right moment.
Yeah, 97 and just c5 and maybe even put a queen on b6 after you go rook b8. I mean,
True.
what
Or
looks
b4.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
When we trade this,
Yeah.
obviously. Okay, not
Yeah,
immediately.
hang your queen.
Hang my queen. Oh, hang my queen.
So yeah, in that
Um,
case, yeah, and on the other hand, white doesn't. The hard thing for white is you also don't really want a castle, right? Because ideally you'd be able to go some magical h4, h5 stuff, but your rook is just not going to be on the h files, so the attack is just going to be way too far away, I think, for white.
I'm thinking a queenside castle might be on the board soon.
You're okay. Wow, queenside castles. That's very bold.
After seeing some of Max's early games, I think it's likely.
Honestly, it might be
Just queenside castle.
the practical way to go, but it looks so
Yes.
scary with the
Here,
open B file,
here.
C5 on the board. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
very dangerous.
I like a good queenside castle as much as the next guy, but this is a little bit
I
much.
mean, how do you
think.
even push these pawns?
Exactly.
I'm already out of moves.
I
don't know.
mean, I guess you go G5, but then knight H5 and
yeah,
bye-bye
we
attack.
can't
so
ever play G5 because
Yeah.
of this. We have to go
Um,
H4, H5.
then
so I guess we
H4,
go
knight
F3,
takes
but then they
G4,
just do
thanks to the
this.
pawn, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's a hole on F4. Yeah. Okay. This is
I mean, there's a hole in F4 anyway. So.
yeah, just looking a bit ugly in terms of why it just
Yeah.
made one too many wrong trades, I guess. And
I'm starting to really like Black's position.
Yeah,
I think
for
Black has
sure.
quite a good advantage here. Next board over, we have Ruicheng against Shayan Eftekhar. Shayan's had some interesting games this tournament.
Okay, wow. Owen's defense on the board. Here we go. Okay.
Shayan is a very practical
Oh, 92.
d6 player. I don't actually know what Ruicheng's doing with this opening. I thought he was going to go knight g3, h4, h5. That's what I thought was happening. But he just went 92.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I thought it was more normal to put the knight on c3 in this kind of position when the bishop goes to b4, but because then the knights are defending each other, you'll castle
No,
short,
I mean, this is a
but,
pretty typical plan, just so that you can play c3.
Yeah.
C3
guess-
strengthens the center.
Guess
And
it's a
c3
very-
is played.
Yeah, I guess it's a very solid approach. You guess if black castles
Yeah.
short, you're just going f4, f5, I suppose.
Yeah, problem with knight c3. Another problem with knight c3 is c4, c5 being an issue. So c3 makes a lot of sense.
We'll have some tactical ways to deal with that, I'm sure.
f4 is played.
Wow,
E5.
E5.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about.
Are you ready
E5.
for that when your king's in the center?
Yeah.
And you have like
That's
no pieces.
That's the thing, right?
E5 is
Yeah.
played though.
It looks like you're playing with some serious fire here.
Oh, he plays with more fire. Knight g3, h5. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's exciting. I mean, is h4 even ever a threat? Because we always go knight f5.
Yeah, knight f5 is just a gaping hole in the position.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, you go h4, knight f5, you can maybe get away with king f8, but like, ugh.
I mean, Shayan did this in his first game. He just went h5, h4, h3 in like a normal position. He drew that game.
Okay, well, it's got
you
some
know,
good results in the past, I guess.
it's working.
But
Uh,
I mean, the
There's
f
so
file
many
opening up,
options
and
here. Yeah, I think we start opening the f file.
okay, d takes. I guess the natural move is d5, but it's not even
I
really
don't-
a threat,
How is
right?
that
We don't
even
even.
natural. That's,
well,
that's a weird move.
Well, okay, if a
Well,
pawn gets
it is.
attacked, you want to push a pawn forward, right? But
Um,
Do you guys mind actually? I have less feedback.
yeah, that's fine. So we
Yeah,
have
so-
audience favorite Terrence Tang talking to us right now.
The future commentator.
Future commentator Terrence
1
Tang.
hour later.
Okay.
yeah, okay, so yeah, knight f3 makes a lot of sense to me. Just bring the piece in, overguard your center. I guess the only thing you need to calculate is what happens after h4, trying to remove a pawn. Like
What
a piece
opening
from
is
the
this?
center,
This
but,
is b6 e6.
What?
yeah, and Owen's defense with e6.
This is an Owen's defense.
Okay, I saw it's something like fantasy of like.
Fantasy Caro, yeah, and well, the C
I mean,
one's still
yeah.
here, so yeah, looks
Yeah.
similar.
But after something like h4, trying to remove something from the center, I mean, this is never
Just jump.
working, right? You just go knight f5, you
H3.
counterattack g7, and it's like
Everything is hanging like
Lit-
that.
yeah.
That
like a bishop can even come to c4 with knight g5 stuff. I mean,
That's very
or even just knight g5 right away. Like what looks like a tough position to play for black.
yeah. So White's
E5
burning a lot
is,
of time here, finding the right sequence.
Little,
But
little bit strange, really. A lot of the time in these sort of positions, black is usually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think black is sort of just waiting around for white to strike in the center, and then you close down the center with whichever pawn breaks. So if black tries
Yeah.
to play d5, you go e5. Then if they try and go like e5 sort of thing, and
Yeah.
that you got to try and develop to suit that. But like striking in the center yourself when you're still in the
Yes.
center here, it's
this is an interesting plan.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Ruicheng is still thinking here, but I expect f6 to be played.
Hmm.
Looks very natural. Board 4 here. Both of these players had a very nice win in this first round today.
Okay.
So it's interesting to see.
Okay, what? F4 on move 2. Wow, okay.
Okay.
Play the King's Gambit against everything. I like it.
Yeah, I guess.
E6, F4.
Is this theory? It is the 7th move. It's played 0% of the time.
With a 35%. You know what? It has the same win rate as the main line. So you know what? I'll take it.
I think it's playable, barely, but you know. You'll play that next game? Yeah. Okay. It's not great. I think if you want to go for this sort of F4 structure, you usually just play D3 here. And after d5, you just go like this, and like later on you play this.
Yeah,
That's
just
that's
sort
how
of
you.
Indian attack style.
That's what Terrence Tang plays. So
Okay, d3. Wow. Okay, so going straight for the ending. Okay,
yeah, so okay.
play the ending against the low rated player. Okay.
She is the lower rated player.
What do you mean? 1850 versus 15?
Yeah, she allowed this.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like that Jody went into this against the low rated player. Whatever.
Okay, some
Um,
interesting stuff happens.
Yeah.
So
Okay, just going
Jody's
straight
committing
for
to
some
this,
sort of nonsense with knight f2.
but it doesn't work. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Wins
Okay.
the bishop
Win the
pair.
bishop pair, but you do get a big center. I mean, d4 is
Yeah,
gonna
no, I
happen
like
sooner
White's
or later.
position.
Okay, but d4 like now is bishop a6, so we got to be a little bit careful. But
Few moves.
okay, bishop e3, rook d1. I'm guessing. Okay, putting the a rook on d1 I thought was a little bit weird. I thought you would want to put the f rook there at least just to get out of some pins later.
I like
but,
rook a b1.
Okay, b1. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Just to go b4, b5.
I like rook a b1.
You know what? I'm down for that. Yeah, rook a b1. Hengen even gives b4 right
Just
away,
b4,
which is
just
kind
play
of
b4,
crazy
yeah.
as well.
How does this work?
A takes,
And you just play this? Yeah, you just play knight b5.
Yeah, okay, just going after c7.
I like that move. I like that I saw that move before
Nice
the end.
tactics.
Yeah, some interesting stuff there. King d2 is funny. I guess, yeah.
You just want to put the king on
Yasmin is just
c2.
worried about this pin, so
Yeah, but
just walks over.
okay.
And rook f2,
Whoa,
rook
what
f2.
is rook f2?
Rook f2, you don't have enough pieces to defend this.
Yeah, okay, knight c5, then what? You just blunder the pawn, I guess.
I guess she's just taking it, right?
Oh, wow.
You
Okay, you
can't.
give up your. Yeah, okay, that's.
Okay, that looks
okay.
that looks like a bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, okay.
I think just king c2 would have been okay.
Yeah,
the
and
same
then,
thing
Then on
happens.
knight
but
c5, we can defend it with knight e5.
or take. But yeah, 95.
If we hit f7 as well, that looks like a decent counterattack.
Yeah, the problem with this is this rook lines up with
Yeah,
the king.
just-
We don't want to allow this.
Yeah, just walking into the d file is a little bit
so
suspicious.
knight c5 is played.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And now
well,
black
this-
has quite a big advantage
Yeah,
already.
this is looking like a quick victory for black.
It's not so easy, but yeah, I mean, taking this will.
Yeah,
Give
give
quite a
bishop c5, we
significant
go rook
advantage.
d3 first, king c2, and then, okay, swap, and then take back on c5, up a clean pawn. Nothing to worry about, I guess. King is also a little bit weak on c2, but okay, maybe a little bit difficult to take advantage. But in that position, you'll have the two bishops, you'll be off the pawn. I mean, should be nothing to worry about in that position.
All right, let's head over to the UCID Adelaide match. Just a few games there. I believe this is board one. Hamish Patterson against Daniel Gong.
Daniel Gong, okay.
So we get to see a classic Daniel Gong opening, playing the closed Sicilian and then opening it.
Yes.
This is one of Daniel Gong's favorite things to do. And Hamish is a Scheveningen player.
Okay.
Like a full-time Scheveningen player. He played it yesterday.
Fair enough, okay.
And yesterday we were talking about how G4 basically refutes the Scheveningen, and like no one plays it anymore. But okay, whatever. G3.
Oh, so he almost had a heart attack until his opponent played G3.
Yeah.
So.
No one plays. Scheveningen's still a thing, but no one plays this move order anymore because just G4 comes so quickly, and has a really good win rate. So everyone plays the Scheveningen by playing the Khan and then playing D5, and then playing D6, or they play the knight off and then play E6.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you play this move order, you get hit with G4 every game. But I guess not. Daniel's not a really theoretical guy, so yeah, a few things happen, and then Hamish usually ends up playing a hedgehog somehow. So
I guess b6, bishop b7 and Khan.
okay, so after a4, b5 can't be played. He usually goes for b5 straight away. So he instead goes for bishop d7, a5.
Okay.
Sure.
Put the bishop on c6, hit e4.
Bishop c6. This looks very reasonable.
Rook f1. Okay.
Rook a c8.
So actually, black has gotten a pretty playable position out of the opening. I guess Daniel didn't go for the most ambitious approach, just wanted something simple and easy to play, just for encountering your light squared bishop.
Yeah, getting this sort of
A
position
little bit more strategic
against
rather
a
than
lot of
tactical.
Sicilians is nice. Queen b8 is weird because he did this yesterday to do this, but your pawn's in the way.
Yeah.
So you can't
Okay.
do that.
Is that the idea? Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah. queen on v8, sure. Yeah, but you take off pressure of the c file. I don't really understand this move. Yeah, a move like knight d7 to go knight c5 or knight e5 makes a lot of sense to me.
Knight d7 is a pretty
Um,
common idea in a lot of
Because then you
Sicilian
go knight
positions.
e5, maybe threatening knight c4 and stuff like this. You just sort of like wait around, bring your rooks in the game, and then just wait for white to do something dumb.
Yeah.
Just improve your position. But yeah, queen b8 is
Then
very,
you just
very
go straight
strange.
to f4 here.
Okay.
Queen f2 is nice.
Yeah, okay. Okay, very scared of bishop b6 apparently. Okay.
Well, you
Whoa.
sometimes want to double on the d file. D5 is played, which when you can play d5 in a Sicilian, it's usually good.
Yeah, I guess so. But in this case, I mean, you've just blocked in your light squared bishop, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so, but
So maybe
it's sort of
maybe
it's
a
probably
little
even
bit-
worth it to take the center.
Maybe-
I
maybe.
like d5.
Okay, but I guess I thought
But
a
I
lot of
do
the ti-
think-
yeah, I thought a lot of the time the point is to go knight e4 and just open up that bishop again, open up your d file sort of thing. But
Yeah, 94. is
maybe he was just
typical.
afraid because it does sort of sacrifice a pawn with rook d7 and bishop
It does
e4.
just hang a pawn. But you just do this anyway.
Yeah, okay. I mean, computer can apparently make this work, but okay, understandable why you wouldn't want to go for this. Like you're just sacking a pawn for suspicious compensation. So
Yeah,
but,
I'm not a fan of that.
but otherwise, if
compensation.
you're going knight e8, then I don't really understand this at all, right? Because
Is he going to play d4?
just kind of what does d4 do?
It opens the bishop.
Okay, but then knight takes d4 free pawn, right?
I take g2, and then I don't have a bad bishop. I don't have a bishop at all.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, so
so
something like
um,
d4. I mean, it's easy to sack other people's pawns. But
yeah.
we just trade this off, and play this or something, and
Yeah,
down
well,
a
to
pawn.
be fair, maybe this is better than just allowing the knight to d4 on its own. Because if you allow that knight to d4, I mean, good luck, right? You're just going to be that light square bishop is going to be horrible for the rest of the
Yeah.
game, and then f5 is just going to you're going to get crushed on the king side.
Looks pretty bad.
So yeah, probably you have to try and realize that you're in trouble here and just chuck the pawn with d4. Otherwise, yeah, okay, maybe knight c7 can be played, and with the idea of maybe like knight b5 to try and trade a knight on d4. Yeah, okay. White's always going to be better in these sorts of positions, I'm guessing.
All right. Let's move to Vincent, and then I want to move to Jonas. Actually, Jonas didn't play last round, so he's fresh.
Oh, okay.
He's a fresh player. He didn't play the last round where UCID drew with UQ. So now they're playing Adelaide, and Jonas plays an exchange. Queen's Gambit declined. He plays this idea just to stop bishop f5 in every line, which is a thing. Yeah, Queen c2.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what move order you play in this sort of setup. This is a funny idea, though. This is a newer thing where you put your knight here
Okay.
and you play this.
Okay. Just
Um,
prepare bishop f5. Logical. So,
So, yeah.
what's the theory here? What do you do against bishop f5?
Well, usually the idea is in some of these positions, well, the knight's not on f6, so you can't ever play bishop g5. Usually, in a more typical exchange position, usually the exchange happens after this. So we avoid a lot of these problems with the knight coming to e7. But in a typical position, the reason that bishop f5 doesn't get played is because we go straight into this ending. And we lose the bishop pair.
Yeah.
We trade queens, and then we say we're better anyway because
Because double pawns. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a pretty typical idea, and this is why you don't often see bishop f5 in the Queen's Gambit declined. But when you exchange on move 3, it's a little bit harder to prove your advantage in this sort of Carlsbad structure because the bishop just gets to f5. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
Here, white can take.
Okay.
If they want to.
Takes f5. Okay. Sacrifice
And
the
this is
queen.
playable, but this has been played before by some strong players, but it's sort of
No, I mean nothing to it.
there's nothing really going on.
You're just going to go e3, bishop
Just an
d3.
opposite colored bishop's
Yeah, I
position.
mean, just complete development, I guess.
Black has rook e8 though,
Yeah.
which is nice. I like the king in the center. So yeah, I mean taking that is legal, but not.
Oh, okay. So because of that, I guess
Service
white
choice.
declines. We castle. Okay, go bishop d3. Yep, takes. Knight
G6
G6.
here, knight D7, rook B1. Okay, we're minority
Right.
attacking.
Yeah, get ready to go. Okay, castle. Okay,
B4.
not castle.
Why are we not castling?
Yeah, I'm not sure because to me it looks very, very not natural. Right? You just castle, you put your rook on C1, and then just go for a big minority attack. And with a bunch of minor pieces off the board, you're never getting checkmated on the king side, right?
Does he
So,
just not want to castle because he has an open file?
maybe he wants to play like. I mean, how do you even get G4 and like to?
You're never getting G4.
So like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe once knight H4, and then like takes.
what does
and then,
knight H4 even do?
Because then they go knight takes H4, rook H4, and then you get G4. I mean,
But that doesn't even.
man.
They can just take it. There's no mate threat because they've got knight F6.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. What we were looking
Yeah.
at is
In that case,
this move, but it's just bad. Like
Yeah.
it's just not a good move.
Rook E3. Okay. Rook takes E3. What is? Oh, because of Queen G3. Oh wow, that's spectacular.
Okay, that's a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Jonas
no-
just castles.
yeah,
Okay,
no
Jonas isn't
nonsense,
crazy.
just castle, put
Yeah.
go rook FC1 and B5 and take your small edge.
Yeah, so that looks pretty natural.
A lot of simple ideas for you, Sid, here. So I would take white here if I had a choice.
Yeah, I like
Just
playing these
simple
positions with
simple plans, whereas black's got to try and maneuver and figure out how they're not worse.
Yeah, so a common idea, I mean, there are a lot of ideas to defend the closed structure, of course. Usually, black will try to attack on the king side if they have the chance, so we could see H4 coming. It's a bit risky, but we can try it. The knight often clamps on E4, so I expect to see that eventually. And another common idea, although it's a bit hard to do now, is just try to block off this attack somehow and get a knight here. We are way too far away for that because we'd have to sack our knight like 3 times on this square.
Yeah, so in that case, I
Um,
guess the issue here is the knight on G6. It has no forward squares. It can't go to
Yeah.
E5.
That's sort of an
Um,
issue whenever you take this.
It just sort of has to sit there babysitting the E5 square until
So
you
that's sort of-
figure out what to do.
I expect this to be the plan, something like H5, H4.
Yeah,
Unless black decides, nah, I'm going home, and plays knight F8 and comes around.
okay, that would be a way to get to C4, I guess. So-
That would be a side way of playing, but probably not bad. Probably okay. But it seems like it's more likely we get a typical sort of minority attack position. After this, maybe this comes off.
Yeah, so I'm guessing white practically would have a small edge here.
Maybe the
Like,
rook comes
okay.
in, something like that.
Computer would say nothing about it, but I
Computer
think
doesn't-
practically
yeah,
this is like
yeah.
rook FC1, A4, B5, very easy thematic moves. Maybe all you have to do is stop a C5 break in here somewhere. If you go D5, don't allow that. But I mean,
There's no C5.
simple plans for
C5 is
white.
not a thing. You get an IQP.
Fair enough.
No, IQP loses. Okay, let's go back to the. Where should we go? Let's go back to Sam. I want to
Okay.
see what Sam's doing. Sam had a pawn up loss we
Yeah,
saw
Sam-
and was trying to prove there's no compensation. He played knight C5 here, takes. He went queen B6, not
Queen
hanging
B6.
C6.
Yep.
Good, well done, Sam.
Congratulations. He's got
His
tactics.
opponent is also Sam. Plays
Bishop
B1.
B1
Okay, he likes backwards moves.
Okay, so
Bishop E7 is the move that you
okay,
play.
so why can't I go pawn grabbing? Why is that not a free pawn?
Okay, you're already up a pawn. You're getting a bit greedy now. But here,
I don't
oh, there's
know.
some pressure here. I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
Queen G3 may be a bit annoying.
And then there's this move.
Oh,
Okay.
That's spectacular. Okay.
I
So
see.
Rook D7. So that's why we don't go pawn grabbing.
Yeah, so
Um,
this is still apparently equal because of this move Queen A3 defending this bishop.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Whatever.
you don't want to look.
Yeah,
you don't want to be playing this sort of position.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
now Rook takes B7 comes, and you're not
Yeah.
even up the pawn that you grabbed.
Yeah. No. So
Um,
don't take the pawn. Instead, just develop
Bishop
yourself.
D7
You just
looks
up a
natural.
pawn.
Bishop E5.
Okay, we're gonna castle. No.
I'm pretty sure Sam will castle. Sam is thinking, though he has thought for about 5 minutes, so he might be looking at, I don't know,
Some other-
grabbing a pawn.
Or maybe he's afraid of like castles, Queen G3, and then some Rook D7 stuff. Maybe he's too smart for us and sees some of this stuff. But
Well, as soon as they go here, you put one of your rooks. I
Yeah.
mean, this is a Caro-Kann. You just put your rooks on the D file and you win, right? Like
yeah,
it's, you put your rooks on the D file. You've already taken D4, so you're already winning. It's how the Caro-Kann works.
Already up the pawn.
Yeah, you're already up the pawn. You're meant to be attacking in the
So
Caro-Kann.
I guess White's basically just going to play something like Queen D3 or like try and put the queen on the B1 H7 diagonal and hope Sam's going to blunder some Bishop F6.
Yeah, but
and
you're
mate
never
stuff,
you're
but,
never
like,
going to be able to do that. with
No,
this
for
knight
sure
here
not. No.
with a rook on the D file, which is going to be there soon.
But I mean, if you're already white here, you can. If you're playing Bishop B1 after gambiting a pawn, like you've already know you've done something wrong here. So
No, Bishop B1's a natural, like good move. Bishop B1's actually fine.
I don't like it.
I don't have an issue with Bishop B1.
Bishop
It's
B1.
better than Bishop C2, right? Because you get attacked again. So Bishop B1. Why
Well,
not? It's better than Bishop D3 as well, because you don't want to close your control of the file.
I guess.
So Bishop B1's good. I support Bishop B1. Good move.
I think something has gone wrong before Bishop having to play Bishop.
Okay,
B1.
Sam has castle, by the way.
Okay, so castle's on the board. Logical. I guess, yeah, you got to go do something. If you're playing white here, you've got to prove why you're not just down a pawn for free. Okay, but I mean,
One idea I do like is whenever you step on this diagonal, there's this Bishop C7 threat. So it gets a bit annoying to play this. It's still concretely possible because of some tactics here. How does this even work?
maybe just up too many pawns.
You're just up some pawns, too many
Bishop's
weaknesses.
just really strong on B6, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that looks annoying. I wouldn't want to play that.
I'd sack that exchange. That
You'd
was fun.
sack any exchange.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I
always
like
have-
this repetition.
Yeah, I mean, you always have knight h5 in your pocket, but if you're playing as black here, you're already up the pawn. You don't really want to make a repetition with like knight h5, queen g4, knight f6 stuff. So like,
Yeah,
or
that doesn't
queen
look like the
f3
right
stuff.
idea.
Like, yeah. So you're probably not going to be thinking of knight h5 if you're playing black here. Probably you're going to try and make rook d8 work. If it does, if it doesn't, you're probably just going to make some random neutral move. I could definitely see Sam playing some kind of king h8 or just, I don't know, just do nothing move and just see what white's got sort of thing.
I'm thinking rook e8,
or-
bishop f8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rook
Nah,
d8,
we don't lose
Yeah. Yeah.
this.
Hang the
We're
knight
not
on
hanging the
f6.
knight.
That's logical.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move over to Angela against Lillian. Because I really like this
Ooh.
knight b5 move. And
Okay.
she,
So e5 on the board.
e5 was played to defend this. f4 is what you play when e5 is played in the Botvinnik. It's not actually concretely good here. It's not a great move.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the thematic idea in a lot of these positions.
Yeah,
Problem
okay.
with it is it allows bishop g4.
Yeah.
There's
Now all of a
hole in the
sudden
position.
you don't have. You've got one less defender on the d4 square.
Yeah, she's just going to kind of trade everything in the center, leave this bishop bad, and then play. Yeah, okay, so takes. I'm expecting
Okay,
this.
yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
the only move.
Yeah, you literally have to take. So knight b takes d4 will definitely be played here. And then what pawn do you take with? Do you take by c pawn or e pawn?
I actually don't know. E looked more natural to me, but C takes towards the center. So
Yeah.
the problem with C for me is that B4 looks strong.
Yeah.
I
But-
guess B4 looks strong anyway.
Yeah. True. So I guess you can't really do anything about b4. I guess on
Okay,
b4
knight B
you're
was
always just
knight
kind
B
of
was
like,
played.
yeah. Okay. Knight takes b takes
Knight B
d4.
takes D4.
Okay. So if you take by e pawn here, was there any merit to that or?
Engine says play A4. I don't get it. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought b4 was the idea, but I guess.
Maybe the engine.
Well, okay. I
Engines
wouldn't.
just
Okay.
seems like,
to,
yeah,
be, to
let's-
be fair, I wouldn't really want to go b4 here, just because there's some annoying pressure
How
on
do you get your
e2
knight
maybe. So I'd start with something like h3 just to kick that bishop away. But still, black has the two bishops, so maybe that's not to be underestimated.
Yeah, so H3.
Yeah. Okay.
You go
H3.
back.
Just bring the bishop back, and then maybe we can consider b4
I'm
or
looking at G4.
maybe. Oh, that. I mean, yeah, you could try and hack here.
Looks like your sort of plan.
Uh,
Oh, B5
no,
is
but
a
yeah,
threat.
but
Okay.
there's like some queenside play, so maybe not so easy.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to play that move.
Yeah, okay, e5.
Don't hang up on me.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, so you got to be careful in these sorts of positions that your queenside attack doesn't just turn around on you.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen. A4 is important in a lot of positions.
Yeah,
to
but
prevent
on
that.
a4, I'm guessing the position is closer to a draw than anything else, really. I mean, all of a sudden the pawn breaks are gone. White will play for some h3, f5 stuff, so I guess that's kind of good. So you just lock down the queen side and try and play on the king side. But if black has some accurate defense, I wouldn't. I assume it's not exactly winning for white because you've got no knights and your bishop on g2 is kind of bad. So I would guess there's nothing. It's nothing too special. So
Yeah.
personally, I'd like to keep chances alive. Like just have some hope of playing b4 one day, just to open up that
Yeah.
file. But maybe it's just concretely bad.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see which pawn they take with, but we'll come back to this pawn in a moment because it seems like she might go into a bit of a think here. Obviously, with only 2 moves, you can't think for that long. But I don't know. I've seen people think for like 20 minutes on a king. You know.
Yeah, fair.
That happens.
Let's go back to the Sterling Ryder game. It looks like he's burned a lot of time and he's still thinking. Let's
Yeah,
have a look
Ryder
what
is
he's
still
thinking
thinking
about.
here.
And Sterling has used barely any time, so his
Sterling must
preparation
still
has,
be in preparation.
has seriously
Sterling
paid off
did
here.
play bishop e8.
Yeah, okay, so just put the bishop on e8 and just kind of
Just wait for later.
yeah.
Okay, c8. Knight e4 was played. What's the idea of this? Knight e4. Aren't we trading off
swap pieces?
our opponent's bad pieces? I guess not. The knight's not bad. Swap pieces? Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Why are we going closer to a 2 bishops ending though?
Yeah.
So there is one game in the database here, which is between Grischuk and Carlsen. And whenever I see a
Okay.
Carlsen game, I assume the players know it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because
Can't
you
be that guy,
kind of
I
have to know
guess.
the Carlsen games in your opening. Yeah. So B5 was played in the Carlsen game, which is a interesting idea. But Sterling plays B6, which I guess might be something of an improvement, although he did spend a bit of time here.
Yeah.
2 minutes is not much.
I'm not exactly sure what the idea of b6 is, because usually you'd want your bishop on b7 if that was the point, but
I'm guessing C5.
yeah, I suppose so, but at the same time, you're not really threatening c takes d4 because you open up your
Yeah.
your queen. Though to be fair,
Maybe
you
it's
can,
just to play bishop C6.
okay, c5 bishop c6, that could be an idea for sure.
And you lose your bishop there, though, so it's double-edged.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
interesting.
Queen C2 is played in response to that after 17 minutes.
17-minute think. Okay,
17
queen
minutes, I
c2.
think. Okay.
Okay, we attack the h7 pawn. Okay, I mean, many moves
Just
make
move it,
sense.
right?
H6, G6, H5. I mean,
F5?
okay, I mean,
Ignore it,
F5,
C5?
I guess, but like, pawn on E6 is a bit backwards, and you're never pushing F4. So I don't know about the point of F5 strictly, but
Yeah, I'm not playing F5. Why is the engine telling us to ignore it, though?
what?
The engine's just saying play C5. Just lose your pawn. How does this work?
Yeah, okay. What? King F8.
And just leave, just move. And then play F. What? What? Okay, I don't believe it.
Yeah,
No,
okay. And
that wouldn't happen.
Full of it there.
Yeah. So when your H pawn gets attacked, you should move it. You like that advice?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a CM here who likes that advice. Good, a high-level candidate master.
You're gonna be a high-level candidate master for.
I'm gonna be the worst candidate master in Australian history.
Yeah, let's have a look at the cameraman go on game.
Shout out Billy.
Good, come take a seat. Oh, you're fine.
Okay, back to the Cameron game. He is in a Maroczy without his light square bishop, which is nice. And yeah, he did play b3 as expected. Nick just went knight h5, which attacks a bishop.
Okay. Did
He
you mean a
defends
knight?
Sorry, it attacks
Yeah.
a knight. Sorry. I don't know. It's been a long day.
Okay.
And then he
sure.
attacked another knight, and you can just like defend it, I think.
Okay, so we attacked 2 knights in a row, assuming Cameron would blunder one of them.
Yeah. It's possible.
Okay.
I
but-
guess the idea is if this moves, then you play knight f4, and you just hope he hangs mate, I guess. So
Okay.
maybe you don't want to play this, but it is perfectly playable. I mean, this isn't even really a threat. You just do that. So what's the plan here? Are we going for
I assume,
d5 or a b5 break or an f5 break?
I assume you're going for some kind of b5 break, right? So because one of the knights will, like the knight on d4 is sort of paralyzed because the knight on c3 would hang. But oh yeah, what am I? Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
be
mind,
careful.
Knight c6 is a
So
problem.
knight
I guess,
c6
so.
would be
Okay,
completely-
we'll go rook c8 first. Obviously, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Um,
Usually you have a bishop here though, which helps you out. But
Yeah, that's true.
that's fine. We'll ignore that. So yeah, let's say bishop b2 will be played. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
know for sure.
Rook
He
c8
could play
makes a lot of
bunch moves.
sense. E6. What are your thoughts on on a move like e6 for black?
We worry about
Oh,
this.
what is knight f5? Oh, that's very fancy. Okay. But wait, the knight on c3 is also loose there though. Wait, knight f5.
Hang on, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Knight f5. I got a little worried about
Yeah,
that.
what's this? Okay, g takes, queen h5, bishop c3. Okay, but okay, maybe this is no good because there's going to be some kind of rook left here.
No.
Or whoa, queen d2. What a move! That's a sick move. Oh my god, queen d2. Oh, that's a beautiful move. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's findable. It's ugly, but it's findable. No, it's beautiful actually. It's findable.
Yeah, just the double pin. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, knight
yeah,
f5 is not super unnatural. Okay.
Yeah.
It could be something that he starts to look at. But
That's true. Knight f5. What about knight f5? Just bishop takes c3. What's your point? Oh, I guess e7's hanging there.
e7's hanging. Yeah. So if if rook a8.
Yeah, knight
Knight
f5.
f5. This is hanging. So here.
Okay, if you take this, we take on e7.
And then we do the same thing
Oh,
again.
and then still queen d2. Wow. Okay, this queen d2 idea is pretty important.
This is a pretty thematic idea in some of these positions, actually. I mean, knight f5 is, I mean, if you look at in a lot of these kind of positions.
Especially when the knight's on.
You just try to do this
only when the
with
knight's on h5, right? So, yeah.
Mostly. Sometimes you just play g4 and do this and just sack it.
Oh yeah.
that's
pretty fun.
That's not happening in this position.
Yeah. What do you think about e6 for black, just in general? You think that's a good move to weaken the d6 one?
I think sometimes, like, I don't know. I have a few students who play the Marazzi, so I teach this sort of position all the time. Usually there's a bishop on e2 and a bishop on e6, which we've spoken about already, but let's not worry about that. And usually this knight trades off here. But, you know, that aside, it's a similar pawn structure. My general rule is don't play e6 unless you run out of options playing b5. And after you play e6, play f5 as soon as possible. Because you're not winning in any normal means after e6. Like you
just have to do something.
You're
weird.
never playing d5, basically. It's never going to happen in this Marazzi structure, especially in this dragon Marazzi structure. It happens in the hedgehog sometimes when you have a bishop here. But e6, d5 is never actually going to happen. So if you play e6, basically you need to play like this and this, go for this somehow, and just like mate them as quickly as possible. And the only reason you ever try that is because they put every single one of their pieces, like they've like just here, they play like a4. They've got two knights controlling this. They've got a queen here, which is kind of what's happening.
So
And
if all else fails, then you
if
go
all
for
else fails, like
e6,
let's just
f5.
say they've got every single pawn here. They have every single piece. They played bishop a3 to like kill off their entire position. If all else fails, you go e6, f5, or you just play f5 if it's possible.
Right. Okay.
That's how these Marazzi structures usually work. At least if you play it in a sort of simple way. There are more obscure ways to play these. But I don't think d5 is like ever possible. And I mean, you're an accelerated dragon player. Have you ever played d5?
No, never. Never. I always thought the point of e6 in accelerated dragons, or at least in Marazzi structures, is it's sort of like if you have no other option and you need to prevent knight d5.
Yeah, another
But
option.
here, knight d5's okay. Maybe it's I don't know. Knight d5 you can kind of live with the knight on d5 because you can go rook e8 and then knight f6 to swap it off, sort of thing. But usually you don't really want to allow the knight on d5. Usually in accelerated dragons, if the knight ends up on d5, you're chopping it off with a knight on f6 or a bishop on e6 or something like that. You just instantly just eat it and then play whatever position happens. So yeah.
I like White's position here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's-
so
I
this
think
is the
it's
live position. Cameron's
pretty-
actually thinking he's not so sure about bishop b2. Do you think there's a chance he's calculating b4?
b4. What does that do?
After takes, there's knight d5.
Oh, okay. I kind of like that. Yeah, in that case, I think for sure he could be calculating b4.
That leaves a
But-
huge weakness on c4 and
Yeah,
a huge weakness on d6.
It's true, but okay, yeah, okay. b4, well, black goes back, plays queen c7, but then you go.
You just go
maybe
knight d5
knight
anyway.
d5 anyway. Yeah. So in that case, if b4 queen d8, well then okay, you've achieved something, right? The black coordination is kind of bad, and then you can probably just develop normally, or
It shuts
I don't even
down
know.
I mean, I'm not super
Maybe
experienced in
there's
these
even
positions.
some fast c5 stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not super experienced, but I'm pretty sure b4 back shuts down the b5 break because you can just do this in a lot of positions.
Yeah.
Not specifically here. I mean, because there's
Just-
too many
Yeah,
defenders
well,
here.
just in general.
But in general,
if the queen goes back on d8, then you open up some pinning ideas on the d file. So
that is true. Yeah, that actually works in this position. Yeah, if b4, c5, then the whole
Yeah,
Maroczy plan falls apart. You
yeah.
can't play b5.
so
And that's the type of position where you just desperately go for this and you like pretend there's no fork here and you're not getting mated. Yeah, that's sort of all you have. Let us look for a few other games. We haven't looked at the Sterling Rider game for a while, so a bit of progress has happened here. We did see this was Sterling's first attempt at a Cambridge Springs, a real semi-slog opening.
okay.
Sorry, I keep dunking on him for the bishop e7 stuff. It's good that he went for something else this game because Ryder probably prepped the hell out of bishop e7, which is good. I'm glad he's wasted his time on that. b6.
Queen c2.
Actually, nothing's happened since we left.
Oh, okay.
c5 is playable though.
Is it? And in fact, it's the only move to keep an edge for black.
It's the only logical looking move. I mean, there's so much pressure on c6, you could remove it.
Yeah, I guess so. So, okay, but how is this working, like, practically? Okay, c5, you can't play d takes c5. Oh,
knight hangs.
yeah, I mean, actually, if you can't play d takes c5, I mean, why not just c5,
Exactly.
actually?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. Okay, maybe b4
What?
for white, but that
I've
looks-
never seen anything like this.
Oh, it's just kind of weird, doesn't it?
c4. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what? This works?
Wait, is there like some pin on the c file or something?
No, just this is concretely fine.
Oh, because you just hang the pawn on b4. Yeah, fair.
That's funny. Nah, not playing c4. You can, but I imagine just move the bishop.
Yeah, so I guess multiple
try to win this,
possibilities here. Yeah, bishop d6 looks pretty reasonable to me, or bishop
I prefer
f6.
f6. Just you're not going anywhere in this.
Yeah, so looks kind of fine for both sides. I
What
mean,
is this like?
somewhat equal.
Weird plans are showing off on the engine right now, but I'm trying not to look at it.
Yeah, the engine. doesn't-
Okay,
doesn't
c5 was
understand
played.
chess.
Yeah, the engine knows nothing about chess.
Tired. No one do this anymore. I'm kidding. Boring.
Okay.
How many people are watching
The stream or the
the stream? I can see the
YouTube.
lead chess with myself.
let's find out.
Should I just listen to a Boston Insider?
Yeah, you can. That's legal.
Anything's legal for me.
That's true. For one. Where did Aiden go? He was watching.
So that's probably Aiden.
Yeah, must be.
Interesting.
Okay. Now people watch the recordings. There are like 100 views on the first one. I don't know why. I guess people going to watch us dunking on their games. I bet the Melbourne players went home and were like, I wonder how I played. And saw me dunking on it.
How what the combination?
That's pretty good. They don't deserve it. Yeah. Maybe that's why they have no prep. No, I'm kidding. They have some prep.
Can I put like Terrence into like over there and just watch them for like half an hour?
Terrence is in a lesson. Leave him alone.
Less simple. This is a lesson on Saturday.
He's studying chess.
Oh, I see.
CM Terrence Tang is putting a lot of work into his chess recently. That's how he gained like 300 FIDE points in like 2 months or something. I mean, I did that too, and I didn't put any work in, so whatever.
They actually beat 2 items.
Yeah, I like beating IMs without putting any work into chess.
And then you absolutely crush like you go.
Yeah, I like getting crushed by Hugo. It's because I was so distracted. He's such a handsome man. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Winston?
Oh my god.
Yeah, how come you didn't forfeit him for that one?
Huh?
He's handsome. It's cheating.
He's so I couldn't stop looking at him.
It's distraction at the board.
He also
come
prepped
on.
the bled.
Yeah, I think you issue, not me issue.
How did he prep the bled?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna force it.
I should study in there because it's just so quiet that nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, they don't just cancel the stream.
Nah, people rewatch the stream.
Bro,
my treasurer was literally going, hey, you should like bring a thing of food down from SEC to the club and share it with members. I'm like, how the fuck do you want me to bring 2 frozen meat pies to share? Fucking what the fuck? And then I've got 2 like 3 mandarins left over. Okay, how do I want me to share 3 mandarins? Each person gets half a wedge.
I'm gonna share the stream link on the Discord. Give me a moment. Ian, you can control the live board. Yeah, so C5 is being played.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Winston, you still haven't fixed the name.
I did.
You did?
Wait, so C5 has
If
been played?
it still says on Leechess, I can't fix it. It's a Leechess issue. I already reset it twice.
Are you able to just fix it after the round?
Nope.
Someone said GG SE4. That means knight E4 in German, but I don't know where they're talking about.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know.
Is it really? Oh, I didn't know.
S is knight.
Is it fixed or is it not fixed?
It is not fixed.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll fix it later.
Oh, I think that's the board where it's GG though. Let's just look at it and correct their name. The black player's name is Finn. White. Sorry.
Oh, well. So
White player's name is Finn Rayner. Their name is displayed wrong. It is our DGT operator's fault.
It's not my fault. It's Legion's fault.
Okay, why was knight E4 GG? What happened?
Wait, is the game decided?
The game is not decided, but it looks pretty. Oh,
What on earth? Knight it takes F2.
that's the kind of thing Selena would see in like 30 seconds. Oh, she spent 18 minutes on it. Okay, she's being careful because yesterday she sacked a piece and it was just like lost.
Oh, she did.
She spent some time on a sacrifice. That's the first time that's ever happened.
What?
And Finn was like, "Oh fuck it," and just just took. No, you know the trick with YouTube is you can swear more than 10 minutes into the video because it only checks the first 10 minutes to age restrict you. So yeah.
If you listen to your video, it's age restricted. It's fucking hilarious.
Hey, you can't swear on the I can.
You're right, man.
Okay, it looks.
Are you gonna stop me?
It looks like it's over. Anyway, why is this German guy watching our stream?
Is he German?
I don't know. He notates in
Might
German.
be a typo.
Biascalon also notates in German though. She's
Oh.
Mongolian, so
Why? Oh. Okay.
I don't know. What do Russians
Might
do?
be a typo. What's next to S?
What's next to X? D?
D.
A? A is bishop in Spanish.
Why?
Alfil.
How do you know that?
I know all the chess notations.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What's the Chinese chess notation?
Okay, so
They just use English.
so if I give you like the Paul Murphy book, the signed Paul Murphy book about Rudy Hill from 1866, we will read the notation of that.
Is that in descriptive notation?
I've absolutely no idea.
You can give it to me. I'll figure it out.
No, it's signed by Paul Murphy. I'm not giving it to you.
Okay. Why do you have a Paul Morphy book at
I'm
Rudy
kidding. It
Hill?
wasn't signed. It's a Paul Murphy book. It's not signed by him.
I want to be
Someone
signed by
donated it
Paul.
to us a couple of years ago.
Anyway, Finn is looking to be in a very difficult position here.
That's a nice way of putting it.
That's
He's
an
getting
understatement.
crushed.
This looks bad.
Wait, if I press it, does this work? Hi, oh shit.
Please do not touch the microphone in this room, even though it does work.
Okay, wait. So here, knight takes F4 is meant by, I'm guessing, rook takes
A
F3.
free queen?
Oh, yeah, my bad. So I get okay. If that's not possible,
Yeah, no, don't
Bishop's
worry. I
just
was looking at rook f1,
dead.
so you'll know better than me.
What is rook F?
What?
I was like, let's kick the queen out.
Rook F1.
I just forgot we were down to rook.
Yeah. Wait, rook F1, queen F1, knight F4. That's genius.
And then you
Look,
take
look, there's
all
no
the
more
pieces.
pin.
And then, I don't know, rook,
Wait, what was
rook
this?
e1?
What was this opening again? How does this?
This was a Queen's Gambit decline, which Selena's been playing forever. She has not changed her openings since she was like 12, which I respect the hell out of. That said, I've played the Caracan since I was
She's going
like
to become
13.
an expert in the Queen's Gambit declined.
Yeah, she always plays the same line as well. And then she,
no,
yeah,
the way is you just play Benoni against them. Oh no, she's playing.
I think
Flash.
I taught her this.
Never mind.
Wait, what? You were Selena's coach?
No, I was just like training with her once, and I was like, if you play knight e4 in the Queen's Gambit declined, White gets confused because they think they can take it, but then their bishop's hanging, and that's actually why I always play bishop f4 in this position.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, she probably knows it independently, but yeah, that's the idea. If you have a
This is the only idea I know in the Queen's Gambit declined.
what to just play knight e4.
Yeah.
There are others. You can go knight g6 in some positions. There are some really funny ideas where you go like g7 and you somehow put your knight on g7 and you play g6. You play like this knight goes here, 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 here. Or it goes here, here. Hang on. Let me draw arrows. This is a very funny idea. So the rook goes here. You do this.
I'll wait for you to finish first.
Hmm?
Was Luke Jasper asking about when are they going to finish when the professor's going to reply or something?
I don't know, man. Anyway, yeah, this is a high-level Queen's Gambit decline maneuver. It was very popular in like the 1920s, and then they stopped playing it because it looked stupid. Knight F8,
Understandable,
Knight
honestly.
E6, Knight G7, and then you play Bishop F5, and then you trade off the bishop. You like that plan?
No.
Exactly. Yeah, no one does. No one else does either.
No, I don't like that
yes.
plan. That plan's dumb.
At some point in like the like 60s or something, probably earlier than that, they realized you can just play 94 in all these positions and it's not hanging. I don't know how it took them that long. But, no, it's just fine. Your position is just good now.
Because they just didn't want to trade off their dark square bishop.
You can even sometimes play F5 here, but it's a bit risky. And you just need to not hang F2.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time you keep the rook on F1 because you don't want to hang F2,
Yeah, you
right?
just really
But,
don't want to hang F2.
yeah, I guess not aware of the idea, I suppose.
Yeah, so this is a difficult one for Finn. Finn actually hasn't won a game yet, which is a bit sad.
Oof.
One of the few players who's played every round and hasn't won a game.
Okay, rook D2 played, but now, okay, rook
There's a
F3.
bishop
that
hanging.
looks- Okay, rook F3, we go knight takes F. No, but then always queen G3 check. No, I don't know what's going on.
Queen G3 check and then Rook E1 is for me.
No, I reckon they should
Yeah,
just play
that's
Queen
really
F1
so.
with the Queen instead.
Queen F1.
So yeah, after rook takes F3, knight F4, you go queen G3, king G1. Yeah, I mean you win every piece basically. Wait, actually, how much
Wait,
material?
how are
will
you
be
not
up
getting
there?
mated? Is this not mate?
Well, no, there's king G1. And
Oh, yeah,
then
you can't go
you
here.
can't go rook F1. So
So
then you just
go
go.
like this.
Yeah, you can even take that, or you can throw in queen E1 as well. You're going to be up the
Why
exchange.
would you throw in Queen E1?
I don't know why not.
Yeah, at this point, why not? Oh, yeah, let's just
Yeah,
throw it in mate as well. Why
you-
not?
You should repeat quickly.
You should. Oh, yeah, always repeat.
Yeah, always
Let's just repeat once.
Yeah, just gain it. Just gain a bit of time, then take the knight.
Nah, you don't even take.
That's
Oh yeah.
And then you just throw it in mate.
Okay, and then
Rook F2 is forced, and then you win a rook.
yeah, okay,
And then there's no way to
Calculation.
defend the knight. So
yeah.
So you also win the knight.
Just complete disaster here.
No,
Wait, no, there's knight
you can't
D3.
define knight, you play knight, yeah.
Yeah,
There's knight
D3.
D3.
Yeah.
That move is like barely legal. Then you lose the other
Oh,
way.
yeah, right.
Okay. No. This game will end pretty soon.
Yeah.
This is
It's probably
sad.
ended already.
It might have. That's
Actually, I think
unfortunate.
it's live. It's not on delay.
Yeah. Okay. So complete disaster. Selena will
Unfortunate win.
should be winning this.
Unfortunate loss for Finn on this board. Anyway, we haven't we've like barely checked at all the you sit against Adelaide match, which is kind of important. Adelaide is on 0. They are losing the tournament right now, which is very sad.
Ooh, they haven't
Um,
won a game yet.
they have they won? Has Adelaide won a game? They drew,
Oh, they drew it again.
You
Okay.
drew a game.
and then did they
They got
lose?
beat 4-0 last time.
They got beat 4-0 last round. Okay, Adelaide has drawn a single game this tournament, which
Would
is
you give them applause? At least
a bit
applause.
sad. They barely got here. Like their state had to fund them, but they made it, and I'm glad they made it because they're not playing badly. They're just getting like out tacticked in like random positions
Yeah.
every single game.
Yeah. And, I mean, they're.
Yeah, Charles Newbold actually had a win yesterday, and he missed it
Oh.
because of some tactic. And also 30 seconds on both sides clocks.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, this is the Hamish Daniel Gong game. So we did see Hamish play his favorite Scheveningen,
Yep.
and we saw he takes on d4, which he likes doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I think he played knight d7 yesterday and played a6 b5. I think he went for this thing.
Okay, slightly different structure, I suppose. Bishop on C6. Okay, yeah, we remember all this.
Yeah, we were a bit confused by
Hack the.
yeah here.
Okay, so he does go knight C7, knight D4, knight B5. So yeah, he does go
This
for
was
this.
his other idea.
Yeah, this is a good plan to try and swap off that good knight on D4. But okay, C3, F5. Oh wow. Okay, wait, so F5. 's
Why
not
does F6 not win?
Yeah, I mean, why? And F5 we can't take on E5 because of Bishop F4, I guess.
Hang on, there's probably a free queen somewhere, right?
Yeah, there must be.
Yeah, bishop f4 here,
and
sorry,
then,
here, and then G5.
Yeah, that's rough.
free queen.
So yeah,
So he can't take that.
Can't take that.
So he has to do something else, like bishop d7.
I mean,
here.
I mean F6 just I don't know. Look. I mean, I wouldn't even hesitate to play f6. But,
Yeah, f6 looks very powerful, but
but okay, maybe just bishop f8 he was worried
Yeah.
about. But no,
Daniel
but then you
does
take
have
g7 and
yeah.
take f7. No, I don't know. I thought f6 was good, but okay. You can also prepare it. Maybe that was the point. So if you go f6, you go like bishop f8 maybe, or do you take on f6? I'm not sure.
I don't want to take on f6.
Yeah. Okay. Bishop.
I'm not
bishop
taking that. You
F8.
can't convince me.
Okay, so maybe this is what he was worried about, right? Because you if you take g7 now, you don't take f7 because there's no rook on f1, right? So maybe that was the whole point. He's just preparing f6 by going rook f1, and you're still not threatening e5. So in that case, what do you do about this, right? If
I just want to take this knight. I just don't like it.
Fair enough.
I just don't want that knight on the
Yeah,
board.
right. So bishop takes.
And then what do I
d4,
play? Can I take
makes a lot of
this?
sense.
No.
Yeah, I
can't
mean,
'cause of,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
everything, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Just getting mated everywhere.
all of the lines open up for the white pieces. That can't be any good. So in that case, what do you do if you're black? How do you just not get killed with f6?
Let me quickly. Sorry, give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I just want to take this. I just don't like this knight here. But then that puts more pressure on f6. So whatever.
Yeah.
This is looking quite convincing for Daniel, though. It's looking like a probable win.
But
here.
okay.
Black can still hold on for a while.
If you go f6, I'll go. I mean, what do you actually? Yeah, what do you play here? This looks really tough to play.
Yeah, find a move for black. Good luck.
Like, because like rook f8, I'd want to play just to try and get a rook onto the f file with the
Okay,
queen, but
f6.
still just f6.
No,
yeah,
you can't even go here.
Yeah, no, there's no more bishop f8. Yeah, what do you do here?
Now you take with king.
I mean, that force looks like disaster. Yeah, already
And
bishop
this
takes
is played.
b5 and e6 is happening. So yeah,
So yeah,
this looks.
I don't want to play that.
I mean, Engine says it's not that winning. It's only like plus 1.5, but I mean,
That's pretty good.
practically looking at this position, I don't see how you're defending this really. This
I'm
looks
even
really
looking
tough.
at like, can we trust the queen? Or at least like just shove it on a8. Like if we manage to just play like this and force this somehow, like maybe they go for this, trying to win this pawn, and we just play this.
Unfortunately,
And
yeah,
it just sits on a8, and then it can never get out.
yeah, I guess so.
It's just stuck for the whole game.
I mean, well, that's the thing, right? You're better positionally. You've got the attack on the king side. I mean, pick your poison here. How do you want to win? Very tough for black to defend.
It's terrifying. Okay. What else can we? Yeah. Okay, let's look at something else. I don't want to see this anymore. This looks pretty
Depressing
scary.
position.
Have we even looked at Vincent Chung and
I don't
Shazula
think we have
together?
yet. Let's have a look.
I don't think we've even seen this game. So maybe we'll look at this game and then go for a bit of a break.
That's-
Exchange French, classic. C4 in exchange French. Okay, this is a bit of a sideline.
It's like a pretend it's a panel.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well. But
Yeah.
you can try Queen B3 here.
Really, Queen B3. I mean,
Yeah, and this is the problem. You can't take because
Just
of this.
knight B4.
And you
that's
can't
pretty
take
typical
because of
stuff.
this as well.
Yeah,
You
knight
just have
B4
to
is
just
just right
this.
up red.
B4, F3, castles here.
I mean,
Rook
I
I like Rook B8. Rook B8 is not great. You don't need to do that. I mean, there's no threat anyway. But sure, Rook B8, whatever. I would just move the queen.
I mean, after Rook B8, I kind of see the vision for white. You know, pawns like okay, you get the IQP, big pressure on F7.
Yeah, this is a good type of IQP as well.
I can see the vision. Okay, maybe
That's
don't
a knight
blunder
A5
knight A5. Yeah, so
Okay,
you
that
don't
was a
walk into
tough
knight
one.
A5. But in that case, okay, knight G5 just wants to go after F7. We defend him. Bishop B6. Oh, and you
Just return.
draw for Bishop F5, knight G5. Draw.
Now knight
No.
A5 here.
Okay, now knight
Takes,
A5.
takes. And you really, this is the one piece that you don't want to lose.
Yeah,
Position.
for sure.
You don't want to lose your light square bishop.
It's just such a
You
good
need to
piece.
control
yeah.
D5.
So I guess the queen on B3 is a little bit weird, I guess. So maybe in hindsight, not moving the queen to b3, like that early queen
Yeah,
b3
I don't
kind of
like this
bit
one
in the
knight
buffer.
g5 business. I want to just play queen back to d1.
Yeah, literally, and then go something like a3 and just keep the bishop alive on that diagonal. or
a3 is
something like
super important in these
Um,
calls, but
because otherwise they go knight d4, knight d5 stuff. Or at least that's what I'm aware of, like the normal idea. When there's usually the blind squared bishop blocked by a pawn on e6, but I guess it's a little bit different here because the pawn's on c7. But usually, black wants to reroute a knight to d5, just stick it on the IQP, and then just
for
clear
any
up some pieces.
for any aspiring IQP players in the chat, or whatever, playing a3 as soon as possible in the IQP makes everything so much easier because it prevents knight b4 and back here. So I'm thinking you don't even bother with this queen b3 stuff, and you just try to play a6 early. Let's just develop. We just like develop normally. We do this, and we just play a3.
Yeah.
That just stops this.
Yeah.
That's as simple as it is.
And then even if they play d takes c4, then even knight a5 stuff, you go bishop a2 sort of thing. You just keep that bishop alive on the diagonal.
A3
and,
does everything.
It's really a very underrated move. You gotta idea.
And never play a4.
Yeah, no. A3 no.
That leaves you in trouble with
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a result.
Okay, we do have a result between
Okay.
Selena and Finn.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was
Here,
taken here, check here, takes. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't even see the knight on it. I mean, everything wins at this point. Right?
Everything
Yeah.
wins here. So that takes, and
I
the
didn't
game
even,
ends.
didn't even see that. I mean, you
Double
can
threat.
technically keep playing on with queen b2 because you
Play
can't
this.
take the knight because then you hang the rooks. But no.
You can take the knight anyway.
Oh, you're joking. I mean, to be fair, you're also up like a ton of pawns, and like your king is still super weak. So like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's still winning.
Yeah.
White just resigns here. Finn doesn't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
Which I understand.
Yeah, fair enough. Honestly.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, a few big mistakes in this game, but yeah, in this game, all that really went wrong was allowing this knight takes f2 sacrifice, and the game goes downhill from here.
Yeah, really great spot by Selena. Noticing that the rook just moved, had weakening f2.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, let's take one last look at an interesting game, and then we'll go on a quick live stream break. So let's have a quick look at Cameron against Nick Illich. This was an interesting one. Right.
Okay, now you want some 95 shenanigans? on the
Yeah,
queen on
so
A5?
Cameron didn't play this bishop b2, which is a bit strange.
Yeah.
Bishop queen d2, and then knight f4 is played.
Hmm.
Which isn't good, I guess.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, the whole point of queen d2 is to go knight d5, right? So. Okay, what was his idea against knight d5? Just to take it, I guess. But then knight e7, king h8. We just.
I guess the
Win a
idea is
pawn,
to
I
take
guess.
this at some point, right? So we take
It was knight e2 check or something. Yeah.
yeah, and if we take here, then this takes because 92.
Yeah.
So you have to,
okay,
you
throw
have
knight
to insert
knight 7.
97.
But I mean, that's always the point anyway, right? Takes. And
And-
bishop takes hits the knight on.
Yeah,
d4.
so now they can't take this. But this is tricky because you lose a rook.
Oh, you do lose a rook. But d6 is going to die, but there's also knight e5.
I actually think Cameron missed knight f4 because this is very tricky. This I don't know if he can find this. He probably will with enough time. How much time has he spent? 8 minutes. So he might
Yeah.
eventually find this knight e5 idea. But
Knight f4, very
knight
creative move.
f4
I
is
like
a
it.
really good move. It's very difficult to deal with. Another move that is playable here is bishop b2, where after this we take with the queen
and
because
then-
we can. This is
Yeah, queen c3 is a
and
move,
then
I
queen
guess.
takes c3 is
But,
playable.
Um,
But I don't think this is the best endgame.
yeah, I mean, it's nothing too special. But, I mean, the bishop isn't that good a piece, really, because it's just staring at an open
I mean,
diagonal.
f6 just gets played.
Yeah, so I would take black here. This is the kind of endgame you'd like to see if you're black, right?
This is a
It's
Morossi
just,
endgame.
it's
This is
just
what you do.
it's just super easy, right? You just put a rook on c8, you can play d5, but you also don't even have to do that. You can just do anything, right? Just stick that on e5 or c5 or
I like e5.
bring the king.
Checkers.
Like there's, I mean, all the options are in black's hands, and white will just sort of sit around and wait for black to do something. So this is, I feel like every Maroxy player's dream. So I feel like this is to be avoided if you're playing white, because I think winning chances are kind of slim in this position.
Yeah, this
so
is pretty difficult. That said, Cameron might not be playing. Cameron should be playing for a win. He's got white here.
yeah, I mean, he
They
kind of,
wouldn't instruct him to go for a draw. That's
you
not.
kind of have to play for the win. But okay, he's playing what he thinks is the best move. So
Yeah, I believe that knight f4 was an oversight. I
Yeah,
think that was likely missed. But after knight d5, there is still some advantage if you find a whole line, which is possible.
you do have to sack that rook in the corner, which is definitely not easy
Tricky.
to play in classical.
Tricky.
That's for
Yeah.
sure. Sacking material in classical is always hard for players. Black will
also
have a
Masako.
lot of time to,
Unless he's red beyond material.
for sure.
Anyway,
I guess we will see whether he's red beyond material or not.
yes, we will go on a quick live stream break here. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with updates on all these games, especially the UNSW Monash match. Only one game has finished. UCIT is leading 1 point against Uni of Adelaide. Other teams are equal right now. So we will see you in about 15 minutes. Goodbye.
I mean, just fuck off.
Okay.
Welcome
Welcome back.
back.
Yeah.
You say,
all right,
you
yeah.
say.
Welcome
Yeah.
back. We're back. Just went on our 15-minute break. We're back, and we have a result against University of Melbourne versus UQ on their board. I believe they're board 4. Just a quick recap. We had this weird F4 move. And just into a queen trade, into this sort of end game where I think White got somewhat of a playable position, but after rook d1, bishop b7. There was a long castles here, and rook f2 blundered this move's knight c5, and there's just not enough defense on d3. So I'm guessing. Yeah, well, here, yeah, you got to move your king out of the way and try and guard this, which is also why earlier I thought putting the F rook here made a little bit more sense, just trying to unpin something from this diagonal eventually. But yeah, we have rook d3 check, king c2, and yeah, sadly, another pawn is blundered with bishop e3, just taking the f4 pawn, and yeah, really just some cleanup for black. They've got the bishop pair. They've got the 2 pawns. Yeah, they've got the bishop pair. Got the 2 pawns. I mean, Terrence is struggling to catch up now. got some h4, but I mean, okay. What's there to say? 2 knights versus 2 bishops is already an advantage for the bishops usually, and you're also down 2 pawns, so not too much that can be done from White's side. Yeah, I mean the rook is just. Yeah, the rook definitely wants to be on f1 to go after the pawn on f6, but yeah, okay, being passive, rook g1 doesn't help matters. Rook goes to f2, and just a pretty reasonable conversion from White. So not a whole lot to see here. And Lucy, forking up more pawns. Yeah, okay, that's going to be game over. Let's go back to the Sterling Ryder game. I think we've had some developments here. Actually, not that much. We've had a few moves. So after 95, we had this move c5 before the break, and actually Ryder did go for this move b4, which was a pretty interesting move. We were thinking that this bishop has to go to one of these diagonals. Brendan liked putting the bishop on f6 just because he thought there was a little bit more going on this diagonal. Putting the bishop on d6 also makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay. Sterling liked bishop d6 as well. So
I think the idea is to play h5, h4. Attacking the king side.
H5, h4. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, okay, knight c4, and now we're waiting for more moves. Okay, you can take either pawn. Probably, I guess we're taking the b4 pawn. That's a free pawn. But I'm guessing there's going to be some compensation here after c takes b4.
Okay, now takes d6, takes c2. I think queen takes c2.
Sorry. Yeah, queen takes c3.
Otherwise, you're losing the rook.
Yeah, in between. Okay, you can take with the rook. That's no good because I guess swapping off an extra pair of rooks is.
It's better.
And I see. If we take white bishop and you take with the knight on d6, there's going to be some bishop h7 stuff in the future. So, yeah. So here we have to throw in, actually an exchange sack, and bishop b4. Okay, so this is going to be the justification for that. So, yeah, those are some interesting tactics. Not going to be the easiest to see, I would imagine.
I think that's why it's calculated.
Yeah, he must be, and he's got plenty of time. His preparation gave him a big time advantage out of the opening, so he's got the time to figure this out. Alternatively, you can just move the bishop back. I guess this is maybe an alternative, but there's a lot of pressure on this c5 pawn, so it's probably to be avoided. If you can grab the free pawn, you probably. So I guess that's all there is to it.
I think bishop e7 wastes of tempo since we move from e7.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And also. So in that case, I'm guessing
it takes beef.
Yeah, I guess the only move practically is figuring out how c takes b4 can be working, and I guess you've got a whole bunch of in between here to be thinking about. Okay, so where would you? Yeah, right. Let's have a look. What? Cameron. Okay, so we had some moves here. So last we came back. We kind of missed this move, knight f4, and knight d5 led to an exchange sacrifice line after queen takes knight e7, king h8. Bishop takes d2, and then bishop takes d4. We take this one, and we get to this sort of position where I guess Wyatt supposedly has a tiny pull because the knight will come to e5 and the rook will come to d1. That pawn on d6 is very weak. You also have a massive knight on d5. But very hard to sacrifice in exchange for a pawn like this. So king h1 is interesting. I guess he just wants to step out of the way of this bishop d4 and knight e2 stuff. But I guess apparently you don't have time for this. Bishop b2 was also an alternative because after bishop takes d4, there were some tactics with bishop f4. I think. I think there was like some bishop d4. It takes. I remember. Yeah, queen c3 and this sort of knight e2 stuff. But obviously, you don't really like this endgame. Because yeah, for sure. And black is pretty happy here. Like you got a bishop not looking at a whole lot. We can go f6 to blunt it. So it makes sense that Cameron wouldn't want to go into that. So he goes rook king h1, which is pretty reasonable. But yeah, now knight e6 is on the board, and it's a little bit tricky. A lot of weaknesses on this diagonal.
Knight 2 should be played.
Yeah, I think he did play knight e2, knight e2. Queen takes. Wow. Okay, so
I think both players try to avoid queen trade.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, I guess he's worried about this, but okay, b5 is already on the board. You can also
knight
go like
c5 also threat.
Yeah, knight c5 to go after this. You've got b5 ideas. This is a huge pin on the diagonal. Okay, go f3. It's looking suspicious, but okay. Knight takes. Yeah, I guess b5 is the critical idea here. C takes.
Knight d6.
They go for
Does it
the
work?
file.
Knight
Knight d6.
Knight d6. If it takes. Knight e6. Knight
Oh,
e6.
sorry.
So if it takes, I take the rook.
Knight e6. But at least I can do bishop e2, I guess. So. And knight e6 is the rook, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess you're sort of surviving here. So I guess the whole point was that you get a fast b5, which would be good for black. But yeah, okay. Queen e5 is also a very reasonable move, just putting pressure on here. But okay, if I go bishop b2,
I think you just lost
e4 is
because
dead.
e4 is
Yeah.
hanging.
Okay. In that case,
You have to play f3.
gotta go f3. Yeah. And then bishop b2 next. But then how is black proving any advantage here?
Is
Really?
b5 still possible now? No.
Maybe b5 will play c takes, b takes, but there's also some knight c6
doesn't-
always hangs the rook.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. b5.
So
Let's play c takes. We'll play b takes, I guess. Okay, we go bishop b2. Okay, we get a little bit of development here, but b5 is maybe a little bit weak later, but I mean, there's already a huge pin here, so
that's probably why b5 is not good.
yeah.
As long as b2.
Right. But to be fair, this is a nice position for black, right? I mean, you've gotten everything you want out of a Morocco, right? As long as this knight isn't moving because the bishop hangs, I don't know.
Rook b1,
definitely possible. Yeah, I thought hanged the. I guess there's some tactics.
Yeah.
Knight takes c6 or knight c6 and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, so we need to discover it. So knight e2. Okay, f3 was played.
knight takes directly
takes d4. Knight takes d4. Okay. So yeah, I guess he can swap up all the pieces and go into the sort of that good end game for black. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, b5. I like the move b5, just keeping this pressure and yeah, exactly, just keep the tempo. Bishop will come to b2, but you're not threatening. You just don't have to waste tempo with rook b1 or something. So yeah, looks like something has gone a bit haywire for Cameron in this game. So yeah, he's gonna have to find some precise moves to hold the balance, but I mean, still plenty of chess to be played. Probably we'll get some sort of an end game if I had to guess.
If it takes, try to quick.
Yeah, and I think Cameron will be on the losing side of the draw, but probably a draw.
Allows bishop b2 actually.
Yeah,
unless there's some discover attack in the future.
Yeah. Okay. Little bit of a miss. This knight f4 move kind of caught Cameron off guard. He didn't respond in the best way, so he have to be a little earlier,
Yeah.
for sure. Let's have a look at Sam. Yeah, I guess. Let's see what's happened here. So
Looks Sam's better here.
Okay, yeah, Sam. He won a pawn in the opening. Well, I guess it was a gambit. Technically, this queen takes d4, c3. White didn't respond as accurately as they kind of needed to. Knight c5 was played, allowing a bunch of trades. Queen d6, and bishop d1 and bishop d7. And okay, White goes for some rook d4. I guess
Can we
so-
just take 2? Is this that?
I don't know. That looks like a free pawn to me, but on the other hand, maybe it's risky.
It's
Maybe you're
a threat.
afraid of some
Yeah.
rook h4, bishop f6
Or maybe they
stuff.
worry about
Uh,
bishop take f6, bishop take, and rook h4. So
Yeah.
it's attacking h7 now.
yeah, so maybe like h.
And they can't play g6 because queen is taking the bishop.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably why.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, he's a bit afraid of that. So I guess if
That's most case they can play rook d8 to rook. I mean,
yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe rook d. Oh, rook d. Yeah. Still rook h4 is maybe
Let's
an
try it.
idea. Yeah. There's also some. We were also looking at some queen g3 earlier to
Yeah.
try and go bishop c7, but that was slightly different with queen already on g3. So yeah, castles rook d4.
I don't like it 98.
Yeah, 98 looks like.
I feel like you just weak on h7, like
Yeah, for
queen
sure.
h5
That,
idea.
yeah, the queen h5 coming, maybe rook h4 as
Or
well.
queen e3, then
Yeah.
control the d file. Yeah.
What? It's Sam. His rook. That's the but
Always
yeah,
Sam's idea.
yeah,
He
yeah.
always
It's the
retreat
classic
his pieces.
Osaka idea, retreating the knight. Sam's sleeping during the game. He's happy
Oh,
with
that's
his
his
position, I
style, of
guess.
course, yeah.
So yeah, 98 just guarding on g7. I guess he just wants to swap bishops with bishop f6
Yeah.
or something. But still, this h7.
I like queen d3 actually.
Queen d3.
Because-
Oh yeah,
Double
actually.
the piece on d file as well.
Yeah, so you can't go h6. You kind of have to go g6, and then all of the. This is sort of weak. There's still some
Yeah,
rook
also
h4
weakness.
stuff. You can also just triple stack on the file. I mean,
Or
we're
you could b4
probably
to
not
stop
worrying about that.
queen b2 idea
Yeah, we could also go b4.
to get more
But we are allowing some pieces to come off the board here, so maybe we just. Yeah, I don't know.
I like
I would
rook d1,
think about
yeah.
this, but maybe still bishop f6
Well, I
is
also
annoying.
like
Yeah.
rook d7.
Oh yeah, rook d7 going in
Just-
immediately. Still bishop f6. Bishop f6
Oh,
is
yeah.
killing all of our ideas. But instead of that, we had queen h5, which makes a lot of sense. But wow, okay,
I
f5.
don't like it.
I was thinking g6 just because it at least hits the queen some
Actually, I think
tempo, and
f5
you
is
kind of have to
good.
go back.
You just stop
But,
all ideas actually.
Yeah,
You
so
also stop rook g4.
that's true. But you also do give maybe white something to play for with this e6 pawn. There might also be some like weird g4 stuff later, but actually maybe not. There's just like some g6 to kick the queen.
Maybe after bishop f6, just press.
Yeah, for sure.
I suppose you actually study. Either you just use ChatGPT or something.
Yeah, you're lost. ChatGPT.
Those students always use ChatGPT.
They use ChatGPT and decide a bunch of things.
Okay, so
Back to
yeah, the
okay.
queen can, I guess, go back to e2.
I
and
think
guard
this rook
and
f6, bishop
four.
f6.
Bishop, what bishop? Yeah,
If
no.
you trade rook takes, also guarding the e6 square.
Where's
So you queen e2 now.
oh yeah, queen.
So
e2,
bishop f6.
f6.
So if it takes, I take with rook. So it's guarding the.
Yeah. But,
Also,
but still,
g6
this knight is
coming.
this knight is super awkward though. We can just sort of
No,
stack.
actually, I go to c7 and go to d5 square.
Yeah.
This is perfect square for knight.
That is the perfect square, but I mean,
No, they
you
can't
can't
push because rook is
Oh,
not down.
yeah, but we will go like rook FD1. Yeah, some definitely some ideas here.
Yeah.
So after
what's in the
F5, rook e1 was
Rook
played,
e1? I
and
think
now
I'll
Sam
take the
takes
free
the free pawn, which honestly, okay, sure, take a free pawn, I guess.
I
But,
think that's
does
move
maybe
bishop away, try to attack e6.
yeah, I was yeah for sure. Okay, maybe like bishop
Also, rook d7. Rook d7.
rook d7. Rook d7, we hit this, bishop f6. Yeah, it's still an annoying idea for sure. Yeah. White Bishop f5.
I think it doesn't work.
Bishop f5. Takes f5 and then what? What? Is it, oh wait, is there like some rook e7
E7
stuff in
maybe.
here?
I just
Wait, but there's a
move
knight
on.
on f6. Wait. Oh,
No,
sorry.
no,
Let's have a
I
look.
think rook takes.
E takes. Wait, so what's wrong with knight takes? Is it
Oh, I think rook g7, yeah.
Aha.
That's mating strategy.
Wow. So there's actually a
that
brilliant resource here. I think I might have missed. I think this maybe rook d7 and bishop f5 might have been a really, really nice way to go. Like rook d7 goes
Bishop
stop
f6.
bishop f6 because we have bishop f5. Well, shot in the
Yeah.
dark. But after rook d7, what's our move after knight f6?
Oh yeah, looks like
This is sort of a fork, but we can take this. But we don't really want to take that, right?
I think you have to take, right?
Well, I mean, there's queen g5
Oh,
with
yes,
some
that's
checkmate
right.
ideas.
Rook
So,
f7 now. We get a chance to play.
yeah, right. So queen g5, maybe like rook f7.
Ooh.
Oh, or not, because takes
Oh,
takes
yeah.
bishop f6. Yeah, so maybe just or something. Just like,
E8, yeah.
guard the bishop, and looks like we're holding, but yeah,
E4 is coming as well.
yeah. So I guess knight f6 kind of kills our fun.
So
But
we have
okay,
a-
anyway, in the game, queen takes b2, queen d1, which, to be fair, is one of the engine kind of likes. And after
Knight
knight f6, I guess. Okay, I guess if you put the knight on d4, we're going some
You also
c4.
stopped with
and-
d7 idea. I mean,
yeah, so okay, we're gonna
C4.
okay go c4, which
the
makes
idea
a
is
lot of
rook to
sense.
d7 or something. This counter attack.
Yeah, just rook d7 is the threat. So I guess we either move the queen away, or there might be like some ways to hit this. Or maybe the bishop with the discovery. Honestly, just like moving the queen away looks pretty natural
Bishop
to me.
c5 looks interesting idea
Bishop c5.
because we have to play rook d2. Otherwise, there's queen takes f2 check.
So
You can't play rook d7 anymore.
Can't go anything like here because,
Yeah,
or actually maybe bishop is probably better. Or,
you queen takes.
yeah.
So they have to
Queen
play
takes, you gotta
b2.
go here.
Now you can just bring the queen to b6. I think.
And massive pressure. So yeah, this is a very interesting way to counter this thing. But okay, Sam goes back to b6, which is
Also
also
logical.
yeah,
Still strategy.
Yeah.
Bishop c5.
yeah. Bishop c5 is still on the
Also
cards.
rook d8. I think trade some
Okay,
pieces.
bishop d6. Bishop d6 is sort of fine. We'll probably just swap these pieces and maybe put a rook on d8. Oh,
So bishop
I
d6
guess
we play?
actually maybe e6 is a little bit loose. But yeah, bishop d6 is played. So
I know rook a
um,
d8. Does it work?
well,
Yeah.
But if you take,
why can't we just
we
take the
wanna
rook?
take this
Yeah.
one, right? So, in
Oh, do we
that
have any
case,
other threats? Oh, c5. Actually,
C5,
yeah.
but you can guard.
Yeah, c5 is
Yeah. The queen doesn't really have.
So that's why we
square
have
either.
to
It's like,
take
yeah,
d6
queen
first.
h5, this is
Yeah.
a bit tough. Yeah.
So maybe it takes d6.
But if you take
then
this one,
we trade
how
a
we,
rook.
how are we guarding this e6 pawn? I'm not
True.
exactly sure. Because, like,
Okay,
for example,
e8.
here we just take the pawn back. And there's some knight e4 in between, with a massive counterattack on f2 and also hitting the rook. So, but even so, is this really so special? If I just swap and give up f2 and go like king
No, I think
h2,
it's way too
there's
strong. I think
at least a okay.
because white's already down 3 points already on the board.
Yeah, fair enough. So I guess we would have to take, and
Then we just take the rook.
then and no discoveries here. Bishop d5. No,
And I
guess
think the
not.
other rook gonna be trade.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
So.
d4. Yeah.
So that's no good, actually. So, actually, some tactical reasons why we can't just grab this pawn on e6. Gotta see this knight e4, I suppose. But if you're not playing, if you don't see that, well, then I guess you kind of have to just play something like this, which is
I love
like
c5.
it doesn't. Yeah, c5 isn't
It's really
very-
hard to take the bishop on e6.
Yeah, it's
Otherwise,
not, not the most fun thing because you're also walking into rook a4
Yeah.
or like. I don't even know what else you'd have. Maybe
Yeah, I think
swapping here.
trade the bishop first, actually.
Yeah, maybe it's like some takes, and maybe just going
Yeah.
after the pawn. But c5 is sort of loose, so I guess maybe that's why rook a4 is going to be the way to
A4
go. A4 like queen d8, and then
And take
okay,
a7?
even take take the pawn, restore material balance,
Yeah.
and also hit the b7 pawn. So White's kind of gotten what they needed out of this. So maybe this. I guess this 98 idea
think
was
it's actually-
probably a little bit
Still good.
interesting.
Oh, it's been taken in the live.
Oh no, bishop d6 is the last
It's
move
our
that's
okay.
been played. Yeah, bishop d6 on the board. I guess. I'm guessing Sam will take this and
And
play like rook
Yeah,
e8. That's what I would guess. Yeah. So let's have a look at
leader.
yeah, Lillian v. Angela, the other Monash versus New South. Let's have a look. So, wow, some interesting developments. Earlier in I think the last time we looked at this position, we had knight takes, and actually, yeah, Lillian decided to take with the e pawn, which is very interesting. We weren't exactly sure which way we should be taking, but okay, e takes was played, h3, bishop d7, and actually just g4, just expanding
I
on the
think that's why
side.
c5 take is better because it's something called stops like f4 idea, f5.
Yeah, okay.
To stop e5 idea if you take with e4. e5 some stresses for
Yeah, so some
attacking d7 is fine.
So, okay, g4. Computer doesn't like g4. Well, to be fair, I think probably a more flexible move would be something like b3.
Yeah,
just
just
so
for
any like
A4,
a4, we go b4. That's a pretty typical idea in these kinds of positions. Allowing the move a4 is a little bit.
Maybe a4 5-1.
Yeah, you can also just go a4 and then
B3.
start.
So since you stop everything on queen side, you can start push your pawn on
Yeah,
side.
exactly. And then you're not really going to get punished for it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. And worst comes to worst, the position's pretty clogged up, so it's hard to lose that position at least. So yeah, g4 immediately
a lot of a4
allowing
thing is
a4.
positional mistake here.
Yeah, and I think the issue is that you're just going to go b5.
No, I think it's not
something
b5.
there.
It's actually rook a6, rook b6, rook to b3 square.
Something like
So you
this.
can taking both b2 square and b3 square.
Yeah,
So
right.
there's two weaknesses on the board.
Yeah. that makes a
Then
lot
we
of
can bring the
sense.
queen on to b6.
Oh, that's back
Double,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice idea there. Rook a6, rook b6.
Yeah.
So okay, what happened? We had e5. So
Oh.
trying to
It's
sort
like
of yeah, I think the
you
issue
just take
is
the
fundamentally you're trading like an e pawn for a b pawn, and this b pawn is just going to be used
yeah,
to
we try
attack
to
you,
open out
right?
the b5 to attacking b3.
Yeah, so
So,
really, it's
yeah.
not. I mean, okay, maybe you're not losing a pawn for it, but all of a sudden you improved
Yeah, I think rook
the
b3
black
here is
position,
best.
right?
I'm not being played.
Queen
I really like
C7.
rook b3.
Yeah. I quite like this move rook b3 as well. Actually,
And
just
then
attacking both and then just
queen
triple
B6,
it,
yeah.
tripling on the file. I think it's pretty simple. And white pieces are kind of bad, right? This
Yeah.
knight needs a lot of time to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Go
Not many good
anywhere
square for the
decent.
knight balance. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, what happened in the game? We had queen, rook f2, bishop h6, putting pressure. Okay. I'm
Like going to king side actually.
kind of interested. Why not g5? G5.
I saw you kind of
at the very least, it like
Yeah,
gives us a triple, I suppose. But if you ever take like this, I guess my knight has a decent score now, but I'm not exactly sure. Okay. Queen f1. Okay, wants to
b3. Yeah,
yeah, rook b3 now. Okay, kick him away.
yeah.
But now the knight is just really bad, and this rook is kind of stuck. So, and black still has the
Maybe
idea of
why
stacking
not they
on
take
the
the 4 first?
file. Take
Before rook b3?
all right.
b3? To take f4
Oh, yeah.
maybe?
Yep. Yeah.
So if the knight takes,
Yep.
then trade the knight. Then we can play rook b3 without any like being kicked away.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But on the other hand, I guess the knight on c1 wasn't necessarily
They're also
a good
threatening
piece
rook
anyway.
b3 because rook is under attack on f4 square.
Yeah. So this is actually a bit of a problem. So it's actually pretty hard to guard this because, for example, like rook
Then
f3,
also
there's
the-
like bishop c6.
Rook
stuff,
f4,
like,
b8.
Yeah.
So massive threats by black, I think.
yeah. So queen f1, rook b3. Okay, you can away. Knight.
Back.
Okay, wants to draw
Okay,
maybe.
the double rook, yeah.
Okay.
Now how they
so-
gonna defend
So this is
b2?
where we're up to. Queen. E8, interesting.
I don't know G5.
I'm guessing you'd go G5 because the only other way you defend this is like Queen C1. And then you walk into this
Okay.
thing, right? So
One move before. Can we take F4 first? I always want to take F4.
we'll take F4, knight takes F4, and
So
then,
mistake. Same idea.
and then rook
B3.
B3.
Back to
Yeah, but then you've just gone back to B3. So probably this
Maybe
would have been
B6
better like,
first.
earlier.
I think B6 first, right? You always need guard F7, then
Yeah, okay.
double or triple the piece on B file.
Yeah, and White's attack is just pretty easy.
It's
So we
also
have, and then easy stack. You'll probably go like Queen F2, but you'll even go Rook B3, which just attacks
D3,
everything.
yeah.
So yeah, this is looking pretty rough for White here. Too many weaknesses, which really it all came back to this position, just allowing the move A4,
A4,
right? Allowing this move really
Because it's
just
really
killed all of
Position
White's
mistake, I
chances.
think.
Yeah. So instead, probably she needed to go either A4 or
Probably a
B4.
perfect A4, I think.
Yeah. A4 conceptually makes the most sense, right? Just closing down the queen
Yeah,
side
then
and
we
then
start.
going attacking on the
You can just
king
threaten
side.
F5 now, I
Do,
think.
do whatever
Immediately.
on the queen side. Oh yeah, I mean F5 going knight F4, knight
Yeah.
D5 is there's so many ideas for White in that position. Yeah, so this was the position we got to. Angela in a little bit of trouble here. Also getting a little bit blocked
Yeah.
too, so it's going to be pretty tough to hold this. But the rook can maybe guard this way, so still like some G5, knight G3, knight E4 ideas might still be on the cards. But still, this F4 pawn is also kind
It's
of
also
weak.
hey,
So,
that's the problem.
yeah,
So G5,
serious
Bishop
problems here.
G7, carry F5.
G5, Bishop G7.
How they going to defend the pawn now?
Yeah, I mean, maybe just knight G3,
Why did you
E4,
say
knight
10?
E4, and then we're going knight F6.
I think they have can't defend pawn.
Yeah, because
It goes
we
into knight
definitely don't want to
G3.
take this.
Knight G3 can just take on F4.
Take and then like knight
Oh, you
E4.
don't take
you-
F4 back.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to chuck the pawn, right? Because otherwise,
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
you doing, right? But even this,
Yeah.
like
It's
nothing
way too
really,
strong.
nothing really looks that good. But maybe this is the only way you try and divide this. Like,
Yeah.
F5 and like
Knight
maybe-
C5.
apparently now you can.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
C5.
yeah. We're also attacking C5. So yeah, maybe
But
this
it's not as
is.
strong as Queen E5.
Yeah.
Knight C5, Queen E5. They have his black.
Free stuff.
I have I can take.
And then blunder the G5 pawn. And yeah.
If you take with pawn, I can push E3,
Yeah.
D3, attack it. B2
looking
is
pretty
strong.
horrible. The bishop can also come this way, and maybe
Yeah.
some like F3 ideas. There's like everything for Black is looking pretty good here. So yeah, some trouble for Angela. It'll be pretty tough to defend this, but yeah, okay. So how about we move on to another game?
All against here.
What kind is your
It looks how I guess Mexican. The UQ
oh yeah, this one.
is
Okay.
Uni Melbourne, yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have a rook endgame, UQ versus. Oh yeah, first Quran. Okay, so this was the exchange Karakhan game where White played a little bit inaccurately and made a bunch of suspicious looking piece trades. And got to sort of this position, which was sort of the
Yeah,
critical
what's the
position
idea
where.
of Queen D1? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We were thinking either like short
yeah.
castle or long
Also makes
castle.
sense.
The issue with long castle is like
But,
everything.
I mean, there's no stress after
um,
Queen C2.
Yeah.
What's the weak attack?
So yeah, this is. I don't know. We thought this position was already looking kind of.
I think you
rough,
just
yeah.
waste the tempo here.
I am not sure. I'm not sure about Queen D1 because even if the Queen is on D1, you would kind of want her on C2.
Yeah,
I imagine
C2,
just
stop
to control
knight E4 as
E4
well,
and
yeah.
stuff. But yeah. Okay. Queen D1. I guess he wants Queen F3, but like I don't know.
I think it's too slow.
Yeah.
Maybe around H4, H5.
I'm guessing he wants some Queen F3, like hoping
Yeah.
for this in the future, but it's just very unrealistic. Because even if you do get H5, you
It's
can
way
always
too
just
slow, I
swap,
think,
like,
yeah.
and you've got a pawn there, right? So, yeah, super slow. So yeah, C5 is definitely going to be good. Queen C5, knight B3, and I'm guessing Queen
I
D4,
don't
Queen
like it.
F3.
I
No,
I just
mean,
want
this
to
is-
castle the king as
Yeah, let's
soon as I
do
can,
it.
to be honest.
Oh, okay. He's going for a queen trade, castle short. Yeah, I mean, White's got a somewhat playable
Yeah, this
position.
control
but, like,
center is.
yeah, it's not looking good with it. Yeah, but knight b4. Okay, I can kind of see the vision for White trying to go for a queen trade. Oh, okay, yeah, a3.
That's a nice move.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Yeah. A3 takes. Now we busted in. Knight e5. Okay, I guess you want f.
I think this will be played in the game.
Yeah,
But I don't
f3.
like it.
Yeah, but the issue is, even though you are winning this back, you always take by f1.
That's
You
like
have two connected
took the
pawns,
pawn,
and then the a3 and a2 are hanging. Like, also h3 would be hanging somewhere. Like, yeah, so it doesn't really work that well. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, I think
h3
it's
hangs. Now this is
uh,
coming too. It's looking pretty bad, and already you can. I would
just
guess
push
it's d4,
d4.
right? Or maybe e3. I'm not exactly sure which one you'd want to start with, but
Both is fine.
Um,
Actually, E3 probably stronger.
oh, wait, rook f4. Because now this,
Oh,
I guess. So yeah,
So that's
yeah,
why I
I
think
guess
E3.
we go e3 first. I guess the other idea is g5 to stop any rook
Oh,
f4. Yeah. Okay. King b2. I'm guessing e3 will be played. D4 tempting mistake. G5 also move. Basically everything's a move for black at this point,
Yeah.
except for d4. So I guess that's essentially what white's got to bank on is this d4 rook f4
Yeah.
idea. But if you go e3, what stops d3?
Yeah.
Like, it's a tough position for sure. And the other good thing
D1?
about this is you can't even
Should
stack
D1?
the guy here, right? So
D1 possible?
let's go here with d1, and then honestly, do
King
nothing.
F.
Yeah, just bring the king.
Yeah, because black.
What can black do? White,
White has
what
no
can
move
white do?
here,
Right?
yeah.
You can't go here because the pawn. You
You
can't
can't even
stack this
go white
because you can do anything. You can go like king f7, king f3, but
I
like
just
king
free my
e6,
king.
like yeah, pretty soon I'll.
Wasn't
find
rook
a way to
E4,
improve.
right? Rook E4.
Oh yeah, rook d4. Yeah, I guess g5 or
You can just what can you hold here?
yeah.
G5.
I mean, you can kind of take your time here because there's no way this rook can even move to win this
Yeah.
this pawn, right? So you kind of have
G5.
all the time in the world to do
I can't
nothing.
play anything.
Yeah.
What's the king back?
Yeah,
Or-
you
Move
basically
back?
you're almost zoom zone, right? I guess you'd go here to go for some checks, maybe.
Like with
Uh,
king D6, I can just walk my king
Oh
to
yeah,
like
you just kind
C5.
of start walking,
Start
and
pushing.
then the
Pawns,
start
yeah.
going. So yeah, black is I guess objectively winning here,
Yeah.
but still d4 and rook f4 is a pretty hilarious way to
Like,
eventually
still-
blunder the draw.
Terrible.
Um,
Can I play D3?
D3. I guess I'm taking this
Takes.
one. Take, and
Take
then
A2.
take and go.
F3.
Sure.
After D2 because there's king E2.
Yeah, D2,
Yeah.
king
And you
E2.
have black have double
yeah.
pawn on G5.
And I guess your king is way too far
Yeah.
away to support this. So,
That's probably why.
yeah,
Yeah, G5 can play.
Okay, G5 on the board. That's quite.
Pretty pretty.
Yeah, I mean that's a nice move. If this rook ever moves, we just bring our king
Yeah.
in. If I don't know, rook to 1, I mean, what does that threaten? Even if you go here, we can just go e3 here because if you go like something like king f3, we just go like d4. The pawns run, you're dead. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, what do you do here? So yeah, g5, a nice move, stopping any rook f4. He's also preparing d4, which is on the cards now. So yeah, should really realistically be a matter of time. Let's have a look at this maybe Leon Ray game. We haven't seen this game for a while. This game go. Oh, is this one? Yeah, we had this early end game with Queen F, knight f3, Queen f3,
You
Queen
trade
f6. Yeah, all the queens came off. Bishop e4, knight c3, and it kind of actually looks like black had a nice position after the opening. All the pieces developed, kind of got the optimal setup, pressuring the pawn on e4. This bishop's stuck. Ideas, but okay, bishop c3, off the double points, and knight d7. Honestly, I don't think this at all.
Just like black position.
Yeah, right. You've got all the ideas here. You've got knight e5, you've got pawn, you've got knight e5, maybe. You've got a nice bishop controlling the c4 square. Yeah. So honestly, yeah, I like black's position, but yeah, g3 I'm not so sure about, right? Because I don't know, like you're walking into maybe some g5 ideas, or also
I
like
like G3, yeah.
knight e5. Just I guess you want to tuck the bishop back, but it's going to take you a year and a half to move these bishops back and go f4, right?
Yeah.
So, but even if you do that, like, why would you play g3 if you can just get away with just playing f4 right away? So, not so sure about g3, but okay, it happens. castles, bishop e2, rook e8.
I think Black played knight c5.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
like knight c5.
Yeah, for sure. I like knight c5 as well. Actually, just like
Seems like
dominating this queen side. Maybe
so
start
many
pushing
weakness
pawns
for
like
white,
this.
like c5.
Yeah.
Also e4 pawn.
Yeah, for sure. So okay, rook f8, rook e1, knight e5.
e5.
I don't know. Personally, I'm not a super fan because even
lot
a lot of the
takes.
time you kind of can just take and just be like, yeah, I'm worse. So what do you do about it?
And I play rook d1. I control the d file.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
How are you gonna make progress for that?
exactly. I guess a2 is maybe a bit weak here. So
I mean,
maybe
I
like
can
rook
rook
d1.
I can push a3, right?
Oh yeah, and just
A3.
a3.
How are you gonna make any progress? I think
Yeah.
rook d6 maybe.
Or
So if you
d6.
take-
I guess
I have
takes. You
rook
can
c8.
maybe play. You play
Yeah.
for some rooks. Yeah,
Maybe that's the
clever.
idea,
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty clever. Yeah. Okay. So maybe you
Maybe
can't
that's
really
one way.
take.
Yeah.
I guess you also don't really want to give up your bishop pair. I guess you have more
True.
chances with the bishop pair. Okay, let's go forward. Okay.
I don't like allow bishop takes c4.
Yeah, bishop takes. Okay.
Both should have down pawn c5.
I mean, it's also all colored bishops, so
yeah.
it's
I mean,
could be
bishop
pretty
a3,
tough to win this.
bishop a3,
Bishop a3.
then just bishop rook b1, trade the rooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
see
it-
any attack from both sides.
Yeah, so allows a4 and a swap. Oh, or not. Okay, I thought it was pretty logical just to like swap this and get the open a file like rook a7. But
Maybe that's c5 probably.
well, but c5 hangs a bishop, right? Rook a7, c5 there's bishop.
I mean c5 not because
Sorry.
sorry.
Oh no, it's white's move.
sorry.
Here you go. So maybe like
Yeah, bishop
maybe
takes
bishop takes
c5.
b5 is also kind of annoying. You're just keeping the file closed. Maybe
Yeah.
now like some c5 and stuff. But okay, it seems reasonable. Rook b1. I mean, lol, free pawn. No, I mean that's
Not free
fine.
pawn.
No.
Never take that one.
Okay, take.
Oh,
Wait.
what?
So, interesting. Wait. So. What was he so scared of here? What, like, you kind of just do nothing, right? Like, even a move like c6, but why knight b6? Because this does. I guess he's just going for some tactics with 1-8,
Maybe.
but
Does it work? I don't think so.
I'm not sure. Like, why can't I just? Oh no, sorry, my rook is home, so I can't do that.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So rook b3 hangs on back. Yeah, okay, maybe this is okay, but c4.
C4.
A takes. and I
Maybe
guess
his
I'm
idea is
doing
knight c3,
c4
right?
again.
And
I
we
guess
need the e4.
okay, you're forking it back.
No, e4.
Oh, knight e4. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think they can play knight e3 earlier.
Okay, so
Just win this e4 pawn.
right. So I guess this is okay. So I guess knight b6 is actually working here. c4. Oh wait, so what was the moves played in the game? Knight e4. Oh, okay. So this is where we're up to in the
Yeah.
game. So yeah, you've got c4. Apparently e5. I'm not exactly
Fine.
sure about that.
That can win the b5 back.
Yeah. I mean, you can also just
Bishop d2, then we can just
defend
win
this, which
the pawn back.
yeah,
And knight jump to c5. That's probably the idea for black.
yes, like
Actually,
knight c5. I guess I'll do rook e3.
Why not just take b5 first?
Yeah, or just a takes.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess white bishop g2 and then a takes. The plus is you can't snap this one. What is this about? Oh, I guess you're just blundering e4. That's bad.
Yeah, that's wise.
So yeah, knight a4. Interesting. It's a very creative move by black here. Well, was this so necessary though? I guess this was why b5 wasn't the best because of just this a4 stuff. And it did sort of allow these tactics. But on the other hand, I mean, this is very easy to mess up from White's point
Because there's covers
of view because it's
weakness of
e4 and
e4,
you've got weaknesses
c3.
everywhere. On the other hand, huge time advantage here, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
like
why.
30 minutes to 3 minutes. So going
But
through
that might
these
be a key
tactics
factor
is
for black.
serious.
Even they have
like,
some maybe tactics, but they
Yeah,
can
it's
run
nice
tactics
c3
as well.
just forking everything here. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned for the time usage
Yeah.
here, especially since the game is suddenly getting a
Of
little
course,
bit
yeah.
tactical. So Yeah, he's gonna have to be thinking on his opponent's time or something because otherwise it's gonna be some big trouble here. Anyway, let's have a good look about the game and see if we see anything interesting.
Looks Stockhouse again. I think there's some progress.
Okay.
Didn't go for the strategy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he takes on d6. We kind of expected this in rook e8 and rook e takes
so
e6. Oh, okay. So we only considered
Yeah.
taking this rook, but yeah, okay, this is also an option too. It also sort of sidesteps knight e4.
E6.
Wait, so why can't I just go knight e4? Oh,
Because you know
bishop.
strategy.
Yeah.
E6.
Right. Okay.
So
Swaps and goes something like g6. Okay.
still good for black.
Yeah, I mean, he's still up a pawn here, right? He's got 6 versus 5. So g6 just holding down the pawn
Yeah.
at f5. But okay, this is, I don't know. I feel like white should have at least some sort of moves
like
here, right?
because B1 is hanging.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty annoying.
That's
So,
why they have to spend a tempo
So-
like bishop C2 or something.
yeah, something like bishop c2, bishop b3 to go after this.
King F7 attacking the rook.
Yeah, and then d. Okay, what's wrong with d6? Oh, knight e4. Actually,
94 doesn't.
what's wrong with
I
this?
can just.
Okay.
Or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Because we can never play bishop. Then we have knight e4. Because the bishop is already
Knight
e4.
e4, careful. There's d5.
Oh,
check.
yeah.
Um,
Bishop 5 first.
yeah, king c5.
Then knight e4.
Then knight e4 is a good threat. So yeah, probably have to go back some. In that case, rook e takes e6. Yeah, we completely missed this move. e6 and then bishop c2. Oh wait, never mind.
He's
Played.
not been played, yeah.
He's got a small time advantage. Nothing too extraordinary. He is up a pawn, so I guess
Yeah,
he's
it's more
choice
easy
here.
to play for
Oh.
white, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's pretty easy to play for black, really.
Yeah,
like
it's
you've
a
got a
lot of
weakness
stress.
on f2, like queen c5. You can maybe go like
You
a
can
rook
just not
e8 or
play
rook
quick
d8
moves
later.
like queen c5.
Yeah, I think queen c5 is likely to be the next move. There's also like king f7,
Yeah.
improving king, a whole bunch of options here. So yeah, black is definitely for choice. Just a whole lot easier to play as going into sort of the low time situation of the game. So I think Steph would be pretty optimistic at this point. Yeah, something like bishop c2, king f7. Okay, so in that case, I think we
Almost, yeah.
a development in this Julian Angela He game, which I very interesting. So yeah, f5 was not something we really had on our radar at all. But I guess it.
I always think it take f4. That's not radar.
Yeah, e takes f4 was always the
Maybe I
idea
think
for
f5
us.
is of
So-
knight e4. That's why, because we talk about taking
So maybe,
f4, that's knight e4.
yeah,
So
maybe
that's-
some prophylactics. But on the other hand, if you go f5, okay, I take on Passant, which is
then
Does
that's
that
tricky
happen?
move. Bishop h6, I think.
bishop
So the
h6.
bishop back.
So you
And you
can't
can't
take this,
take
so
the
like some
bishop
bishop
e3
e3.
strat. And if you knight e4, no, I can bishop take.
Bishop takes
f4
f4,
is
and
much
still
better.
bishop e3 is a
Because
threat.
we can always take f6 for s anytime we want.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
yeah, this is kind of.
I think that's actually a
interesting.
smart idea to play.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually quite interesting. It looks pretty interesting. I think the only thing is it's a little bit complicated, right? I think the ideas were pretty easy with just knight e4 sort of stuff, but
Black's idea is
Okay.
always easy. You're attacking d3, b2. Also, we use bishop to create some stress.
Yeah.
Diagonal.
exactly. So I guess this makes a lot of sense because at least this bishop's open, this
Yeah.
bishop's coming alive. So I think conceptually this at
I
least
actually
makes a
like
lot of
F
sense.
idea. It's very smart.
Yeah, so I guess 94 is
Oh,
the
I
move
don't like.
you'd want to play, but that just hangs the pawn
Yeah.
on f4. And at least you've got a pawn on f6, I
Can
guess. But then
take
what do you do about your
C5
king and
actually.
all of this? So,
No, wait, c5 is.
I think c5 here, bishop.
Oh yeah, true.
Or
The massive stress.
wait, but there's a big threat on d7 actually, so you got to
bishop
take
c8
care of that first. So I guess
Then
you maybe have a tempo to just. How
I
losing is this?
I just
I think it's
I just-
file stacks.
bishop e3. The rook. Then if you go to b2, attacking b2. Now I take f6.
Yeah, well, that would be disaster. So I guess we have to throw in some sort of intermediate check. Maybe I've got like F6 later.
Maybe. So maybe that's why we should take F6 first, right?
Yeah. Okay, this makes sense. Like, just because
that's-
if we go Rook F3 here, the bishop's kind of dead.
Yeah,
But we
so that's
can
why
throw
we
this and then go Rook F3. But it
take
does
it.
hang B2 to be fair, but F6 pawn is kind of worth the B2 pawn, I guess. Yeah, in that case, we're. Oh, is this what was playing? Oh, we've had some moves on the board.
Oh,
Rook B. Oh, okay. So actually, not going for this bishop H6. Okay, so it was actually not her idea. She
is it
wanted
allow
to
knight E4?
take F6. Yeah, but this does definitely
Oh,
allow.
maybe just take F4, right?
Yeah, but C5 was also hanging here, right?
I
so
think
like,
C5 is not really.
or
I don't
not.
really care about C4.
Rook take C5 moves, and then yeah, okay, Queen E1 to go something like this, or
Oh,
Queen G3 maybe. C5 is a
Bishop
little bit weak,
F8.
and this is a pretty good knight to be fair. So maybe there's something to play for here. Oh yeah, Bishop F8, Queen C5. Yeah, I mean, I guess White's suffering
if you
here,
Queen
but
A5,
at least he's got a good
like
knight.
Queen B3 idea.
All right, Queen A5.
Then I play Queen D3. Like that idea.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Animation is always big in D3.
Yeah, of course. In that case, what would we be doing here for White? Queen G2 guards this, guards that. Okay, it's a
Queen A8. Going to Union. What's the threat? Can I just take D3?
D3. King G7, I guess we're playing. Oh, and wait, and then Bishop hangs. Oh, well, we can't even take it. What? Rook F7.
7.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. That. Oh, and our Rook on B1.
Yes.
So yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
we'd have to take here. This is some pretty stuff. So yeah. Okay.
Probably they won't go for this lively.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Probably not. I'm
It's too
guessing.
deep, I think.
But I think 94 is at least. I mean,
Yes.
what else do you
Should be
play
played,
if not,
yeah.
if not 94? You can't take like this
Yeah.
because the Rook.
Still
So,
knight E4 most likely being played.
I mean, F5 isn't even an idea either. So I mean, what else do you play other than 94?
Sure.
Really,
You
Knight
take,
4, just chuck the pawn and then just move your queen and ask Black
Should
how
be
they're going to win.
F8, Yeah.
So yeah, just ask Black how are you winning this. Queen A5 and attack the C5 pawn. Just
Yeah.
argue it's a little bit weak. But yeah, I guess the story of this game is just allowing this A4.
Yeah.
Right? if this pawn wasn't on A4, we're fine because we can go like B5 or B3 or like A4 to clog everything up. But yeah, this A4 pawn is really the hero of Black's position right now. So yeah, I'm guessing 94 would be played. Maybe front D5. Does that really change anything?
Nah.
D5,
King
King H8,
H8
and
is
now
not-
94. Oh wait, no. But now H3. I like H3.
H3 is also
Okay, ugly. So yeah, I guess you kind of just have to just go 94 and just bite
Yeah.
the bullet.
look and it goes.
Yeah, I think we've got some problems here. I think we were having a look
Ooh.
at this
See the
game
sacrifice?
earlier, and we were expecting F6 to be played. Wait, F6 actually was never on the board. He actually went for F takes E6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It wasn't really what we were expecting. Wait, sorry. Let's just go back to where we last saw. I think we saw up to about here. Yeah, it's been a while actually. Bishop F8.
So F6 never been played. That was
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
we just worry about F6, G6. So he's saying there's no more stress on board.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that's H4 idea.
Yeah, just launch this pawn up because you
Yeah.
never go H5 because it just
Yeah.
takes and you're dead. So, yeah, I guess King H1. Okay, I guess he didn't. Yeah, King H1. He's just scared of.
Maybe I think
Maybe he's supposed to sub some Bishop C5.
No, I think
if
maybe
they moves, or
get ready. Rook to G1 as well.
yeah. Okay, just slide all
Yeah.
the rooks over. That's probably.
Because there's no stress by Black, so they can just slowly improve that piece and stop
Yeah,
the time, I
sure.
think.
Yeah. So I guess he's just keeping attention here. So we've got Rook P1, Rook C, Queen C8, and B4.
I think
Wow.
stop
Okay,
Bishop
just
C5.
yeah, deciding to advance on the queen side. Yeah, stopping
Just
Bishop C5. So in that case, what's so bad about B4? Allows exchange sack, which I guess kind of makes sense because you're hitting the E5 pawn and
Yeah,
B4 is
sometimes they
also
play.
dead there. So
Sometimes they play on the board.
yeah, and all of a sudden you're not getting killed on the king side. So yeah, I guess you kind of have to go for this, right? Just all the pawns are
Yeah,
hanging to the
like
white side. Okay, white will probably go here to hit the rook. We'll go
C8.
I
Rook B8,
I
yeah.
would've thought rook
The force
C8,
on the
yeah.
tab, yeah.
Rook B8, and then okay, you can take the file, but this hangs. Yeah,
I
okay,
think
maybe.
that's why
Yeah, maybe.
Black should try.
Yeah, maybe not so simple, right?
Yeah.
A lot of pawns are gonna die here. So.
What
okay,
happened in the game?
So instead, he played B4.
Before?
I think. Yeah,
I
B4.
see.
And then just rook e8. So didn't like something in this exchange stack, but now the exchange
No.
stack is too late. Apparently.
Because the rook is doing
Yeah,
bad.
that warp's guarding. So okay, now rook f3, triple stacking. A lot of sense.
Not rook G1?
Yeah. Okay, maybe he's preparing for some sort of
Oh,
f6
yeah.
and e6 stuff
Maybe,
later.
yeah.
But is Black ever really taking on f5?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So okay, h4, h5. Tactics
It
or
was
f takes
surprised me. I
e6.
was thinking F6.
Bishop takes, g takes a5, and oh, okay.
That makes sense.
G4. I'm guessing we're going rook g3. Yep. And I mean, queen f6 is an idea already. We can maybe go bishop h3, taking pawn diagonal. You just never mind, free pawn. Take the
Yeah.
free pawn, I guess. Queen takes c5. Oh, actually just goes back. Interesting.
Because it's on the attack.
Yeah, but I would have thought it would have been a little bit better to attack the king on this diagonal. But okay, bishop g2. I can't
Maybe
really.
because he wants a rook h3 after takes.
Ah,
queen is also
yeah,
threatening.
h4 is also a threat. Yeah, so I guess if you go this way, we're gonna play queen h4, and then the king g2, h1. I guess.
No stress. Otherwise.
Yeah, so I guess just the point is just rook h1, and you're just gonna die on the h file. So,
Yeah.
but okay, like bishop g2, perfectly logical. Okay, king g1. I guess the idea is we're still going to the h file sooner or later.
Two.
Oh, rook g6. Some tactics here. Oh, queen takes.
Why?
Oh,
just threatening mate.
Yeah.
That was
Okay, rook
Smart.
f7. So some tactics here. Yeah,
Yeah.
rook g6, queen f7, king takes, bishop d5.
assuming.
And you actually don't take that. You
Yeah,
go
because
here
you
and
just-
then rook f1,
yeah.
and or maybe like there's also some e6 stuff later.
I actually feel
This
like
looks disaster.
what they can play is rook f1, then just like walk the king.
Yeah,
to
just
G6,
walk the king to
because they
G6.
can never move the king away.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting idea.
Oh yeah, that's actually brutal. Just the legendary king walk all the way up the
Yeah.
board, and there's no way. Like I guess that's actually probably what's about to happen here. Like
You could be having
you
the
can
game.
go like rook d7, but okay, we'll just bring the bishop back.
I can
on,
just play
no
c4.
problem.
I mean,
Oh yeah, but maybe you're allowing some like rook takes c4.
Oh, true,
stuff,
yeah.
and then you have to play
yeah,
rook
maybe
f7.
just bishop b3.
Yeah, it might be. Probably just cleanest to go here because now we're also maybe threatening
Yeah.
e6. So, yeah, probably. I'm guessing. I mean, I trust Daniel to win this within his.
Yeah, of
have
course.
6 minutes on the clock. Yeah, just run the king up. We'll just have some. Looks like a slight advantage to Charles and Jonas.
Vice winning. Negative possible.
Okay, so where did this come
How's that
from? This minority attack. Okay, yeah, we haven't seen this one in a while. So we have this sort of minority attack with Key1, and yeah, this all looked pretty good from White's side because the plans are just so easy, right?
Yeah.
You just go here, rook c1, and then just create the weak pawn and go try and win it. So yeah, that's exactly what he does. He just advances, even goes rook c5, some tactics, and then all the pawns are super weak. He just literally just won the pawn and just started converting. Okay, but a little sloppy here. I mean, blundering the f2 pawn there.
You can just win the.
Okay, counter attack
D pawn.
f7. So
This is. It's
rook a2.
Because it's threatening knight b5.
Yeah,
Knight g5.
knight g5 is the threat.
Yeah, but you just go rook e2. It's better.
Oh, rook e2.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, true.
yeah. Well,
You
you,
actually just got c3.
well, yeah, you did.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
you can go like rook d7 and hit this, I guess.
But probably a draw. Go rook e2.
Yeah, but yeah, if you get this, I mean, it's probably great.
No, it's just no way to progress.
Yeah, true.
So knight h4 is kind of what's the point of knight h4?
I think they have to trade knight, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because otherwise knight f5.
you don't want to go to
and
knight
you're in
e8.
troubles. Shakes
Yeah.
takes, and I guess.
Once you get rid of double points,
So
probably
what,
winning.
so what's the difference between this? Like rook e2, I guess we're going.
Yeah.
Oh, we can even just guard the pawn.
Yeah.
And then something like this.
Also, it's no
then
double
we'll-
point anymore, so
yeah, and then we'll just break.
we
the
can
king,
just get
so
a king out.
It's actually a huge difference. We can guard this pawn now. So yeah, knight
It
h4
actually
is
matters a lot.
yeah, knight h4 is a really nice move actually. Just very clean.
So this,
Sadly, yeah, the king is just completely boxed out.
Yeah.
So
I think that's how they win the.
it's looking pretty.
Why not just p3?
Yeah, I mean, you can. Or you can just save this pawn
Or
first,
maybe they
right?
worry about
There's also a check.
a5, right? It doesn't work.
G4, K5.
It's
I mean
E4,
G5,
E4,
right?
E4.
Oh yeah, or
E4.
even E4 take
Okay.
advantage of this. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
basically everything wins at that point. So here, maybe he didn't
So-
like a check and King G3, but
But why
I
not
mean
just
this pawn's dead. So
why not just give G2 pawn
yeah. So okay.
if you don't have to?
But
I
okay,
still win,
he
yes,
gave
because
it up,
double
and
point,
yeah, these pawns are gonna run. Maybe a tiny bit of counterplay, like a little bit, but I mean,
Worst case,
it's obviously
always can suck the rook
yeah,
last moment
like it's
because two connected platform.
yeah, it'll never really be working, but at least some chess to be played, I guess. So let's go back to our overview and see if we see anything else interesting. Oh, we've got a development here. Oh, some people very low on time. This game is looking like it's going to end pretty quick.
Yeah, it's probably losing now. I see a lot. I think these three gonna come in.
Yeah. Oh,
Queen
yeah.
Max can, yeah. We take a break. It's one out. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we should actually.
Yes, you should. No joke.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, probably we'll go on a quick stream break.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah, for,
And we come back
for
later.
10 minutes, and we'll come back with some more updates for you.
This is so stupid.
Okay.
Where's the
Um,
mic?
It's right. It's on the computer.
Are you using this fucking? Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. All right, we're back. I'm
Okay,
with,
so yeah,
I'm with Winston. who's
Terrorist and all the
running
arbiter.
the-
I'm quitting.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump right in. So we've got some interesting results. We've got Sterling versus Ryder that's finished. We also but let's go to some games that are going into some time pressure here. We have Sam and Tejas versus and Cameron and Nicholas. Who cares? Okay, so let's have a look at the Cameron v Nicholas game. So when was the last time we looked at it? Oh yes, of course. Yeah, so something sort of went wrong in the opening for Cameron, but after this move h6, apparently we can. It allows like some development by White, right? We can just develop. Black kind of needed to go for this b5 break. What? Okay. Black had to go for this b5. And then Black had to go. Are you helping me commentate or not?
You're the commentator. I know what I'm doing. I'm learning from you.
Oh my god. Bro hasn't played chess in like 20 years. Okay, Black kind of had to go for this b5 break, taking advantage of this pin, but instead he puts the queen on h5, goes knight e2, takes, puts the knight on f6. I'm not exactly sure where this knight is going, right? Because it usually goes on c5 or e5. It's already on its optimal square, right? Knight f6, it doesn't really go anywhere. But okay, queen goes to d2. I kind of suspected some sort of knight d4 here, maybe just like rook ac1. But okay, queen d2, puts the knight on f4, wants to go to d5, very logical. Rook a4, yeah, and all of a sudden, White has some pretty decent play here.
I know it's real.
Do you now? Okay, so White goes b4, which is kind of interesting, weakening this c4 pawn. After like a move like queen g5, the pawns are a little bit loose, and some ideas like knight h5 exist.
No, you see there's two pieces attacking the pawn and one defending it, so you can take it.
That's definitely how that works. Okay, knight goes on d5. We play takes, queen d7. Wow, he actually just sacrifices the pawn. I guess the point was b5 is sort of a threat, but honestly, why not queen b2? What's wrong with queen b2? Oh, okay. So some tactics on the d1 rook. So yeah, I guess okay. Rook e1 to counterattack e7 makes some sense. You can also go queen e3 or queen e2. Okay, Cameron opts for queen e3, and we get queen takes b4, and trying to go for some counterplay by taking either one of the b7 or e7 pawns. So he creates some lift for his king, queen f4, and queen takes b7. So this is honestly, I'm not liking White's position too much. This king is looking a little bit weak. Queen a6 does take advantage of some tactics here. These rooks are defending each other. Probably this will be some kind of a draw, but this rook is going to have to be very passive to guard any threats on g2. And Black can maybe start trying to push some pawns and create some chaos. The pawn on d6 is a little bit loose, but it's kind of hard to get rid of this queen, right? So maybe some sort of trade is going to happen, maybe giving a check or going back queen f1. Yeah, rook g1 kind of has to be played here just to overguard this g2 pawn. Meanwhile, we have some developments on Sam versus Tejas. Sam has managed to trade off the rook since we last saw. Oh, okay, so he actually took our advice. He played king f7, queen e2, and queen c5, rook e8, and he swapped off the pieces. So this is going to be good. He's just up a pawn here. Knight's coming to e4. There's a little bit of chaos here. You can't go knight e4 yet because you hang h7, king e8, and queen h4. But okay, nothing Sam's not able to handle here. Piling up on the c5 pawn. You give some checks, but it's completely safe. Knight guards the pawn on b7. Okay, you can win a7, but that's not really too scary. We can give a check and win this back, guarding the knight on c5. Worst comes to worst. Which I'm guessing is going to happen. Knight takes c5 has been played, guarding this, and we're about to play queen e1, queen f2. So also some progress on...
I'm going to go back there in a minute.
Yeah.
And I don't trust Terrence.
Yeah.
I'm telling it to the street.
Okay. So I'll continue the commentary as a formality, I guess. Okay, so here we've got Queen F1, Bishop H3. Wow. Okay, wait. So there's actually Queen E1, Queen A5 actually was played. Rook F1, swapping the rooks. Wait, but that actually hangs the A4 pawn, which Queen A4 was played. Yeah, okay, so takes, Queen G4. Oh, wait, but yeah, I'm not sure why you don't run this way, because now the issue is this pawn on E4 can go, which just unleashes all of the pawns here. So something like E4 takes and D3 with the idea D2, D1 is going to be very scary. And also this bishop comes to D6, so this looks very disastrous. But after G3, H5 was played, okay, that allows... Oh, I was going to say King F2 to sidestep and go knight E4. King F2, knight H4, knight E4. Yeah, but after Queen F5, I mean, there's nothing really here, right? So what's Queen C6? Yeah, because the issue is this blunders H4, right? The knight's just pinned, can't move. Gives a check. Okay, she's hoping for some checks, but the black king just sort of covers up, and you can just play Queen G3, take everything, and black is officially out of the woods. Yeah, so here the big miss was just King F2, right? Just running the king away, Queen A4, and just running the king just all the way along. If you run this way, maybe there's Queen H2 winning this, but then we can maybe block. And now E4 takes, and D3 is just met with King F1, and Queen covers the promotion square. So in that case, knight G3, yeah, okay, that's essentially just game over. Nothing more to be done there. We go back to the Osaka game. Okay, all of this happened. We had Queen E1, King H2, and Queen F2. Queen D4, I guess going for a queen trade with a check. Trying to force these queens off the board. Outside of that, we have a lot of results on all the boards. Only a few games left playing. Cameron v. Nicholas trying to play for something, going for some A4, A5 stuff, trying to keep this game alive. But there's Rook A2, there's also Queen F4. Finally decided to come back, did you? Yeah. Yes, come back. Okay, so we're watching.
Is that Cameron's guy?
Yeah, this is Cameron v. Nicholas. Cameron's trying to make some chaos happen. Trying to run this pawn off the board. Maybe not so simple. If you like take if you go like A5 takes, something like takes. Well, the reason is you just go Rook A1 and you can't stop the pawn, right? You'd have to go like something like this. But then yeah, and then run all the way up, and this E pawn will die. Or if you run the king over here, then he'll die as well.
I was listening to the stream and Terrence just like disappeared, and there was Winston. I was gonna come down and yell at him.
Oh, because Winston asked me to look at like playing whole thing.
Anyway,
I look is here, by the way.
Sam won. Sam is winning convincingly. Sterling won convincingly. I think Cameron will draw, and Angela had a draw but lost it. So.
Yeah, and
Lily is always better. Lily always have.
No, check that game.
No, yeah. She had a drawing. Yeah, Angela had a drawing opportunity after the move Bishop H3 because that hangs A4. And then after takes check, she had to play King F2. But instead, she played this, which does allow the pawn break E4 and D3, and you just run through. But instead, H5 here and then H4, she just like blundered her knight. So even after, well, that's the thing. Even after H5, there's King F2.
Oh, still losing.
And after something like H4, like knight E4, you're kind of surviving here.
H3, H2, H4.
But here there is Queen F4 check, which is kind of annoying. Like King G2 and then maybe now H4. So yeah, that'll be losing. So kind of the highest profile game that's still going is this game versus Cameron and Nicholas.
Yeah, this one's exciting because Sam is crushing.
Yeah. Sam's just up a pawn. He's gonna win that one.
2 points, I think.
Oh,
He's
wait.
up a lot.
That's a lot now.
Oh, is he up? Is he up 2
He
pawns?
wants C4 points as well.
Oh, yeah. He's up 2 pawns here. Yeah. I mean, okay, Queen H7 apparently. Yeah.
Why?
What?
I'm gonna go back to the playing hall.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Don't
study
like
the
us.
playing hall, that's quiet.
He
Is
just
that
don't
where
like
you were
us.
studying?
No, I was upstairs.
Oh. Okay.
He actually studied. I was surprised. Queen B4.
Okay. So yeah, we've got Queen B4 on the board. I'm kind of surprised he didn't go A5, but maybe just Rook takes D5,
Yeah, as
A3,
long as
Rook
not taking
A5
his
is kind of
queen, I
annoying. But I don't know. I feel like you can maybe bait them to take the queen, but
I mean,
okay,
probably
queen-
draw. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, objectively draw, but maybe you can hope for like if this queen moves away, like some sort of Rook A1 and pushing this. But objectively, the Rook's going to come to A5 and probably like Queen C5 or something like that, and
If Rook A5, probably Rook D1.
Rook A5. Yeah,
Rook D1 just trade all the pawns as a draw.
yeah. That would be the simplest draw. But Cameron does definitely want to try and win this. So.
I mean, it's hard to push, make any progress for this guy.
Yeah, for sure it is. But okay, we can go Rook E1, we can go Rook C1, and maybe try and do some chaos. Yeah, Rook E1 I kind of like, just attacking the queen. Where's the queen going to go? If it goes to something like F5, or I guess it doesn't even like need to guard the rook, but like Queen G3, for example, that could be a bit annoying. But it does allow Rook A1, so we can maybe start pushing the pawn there. And no Rook D2. So.
D4 maybe?
Oh yeah, Rook D2. A bit hard to play these sorts of tactics in time pressure, though. To be fair, you kind of hoping you don't miss something like maybe like Rook E7 hitting F7 or some weird intermezzo like that. But okay, Rook E1. Let's see what he plays. We should get some moves coming in as the players get low on time. Oh, Queen G5 was played. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you can never play A5 on the board.
Yeah.
So if you play Rook A1, then there's Rook A5 and just Rook A5.
Yeah, but then okay, Rook A5, you do hang D6 in this position because he moved his queen to G5, so maybe something to play for still. But I guess the other issue is that Rook D2 is sort of a threat here, so because it supports.
Yeah, so if you Rook
D2.
A1, then Rook. I'll just come back.
Brendan's replaced me now.
Oh,
I'm actually gonna get George's. You want anything?
No.
no, I already had lunch today. Okay, yeah, so Rook D2 is probably going to happen. I would guess. Oh wait, no. Rook D2 hangs F7 actually. That would be a terrific
Yes.
blunder.
That's
yeah.
why I think Queen C4 is being played, I think.
Yeah, so that's
The idea is.
yeah, that's why you probably want to go like
King
Rook C4 here. Yeah, okay, so
So maybe King
at
G7?
least some
I
ideas.
reckon.
Yeah, King G7 I think is a solid move. You do walk into some checks, but who cares? You'll just
Just
like
move back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Can we have look Leo's game against Raya? I think because they finished now.
which game?
Which is an interesting game. I
yeah,
saw
that's
Knight A4 idea.
Oh yeah, this Knight A4. Yeah, Rook A1.
So we're having in the game. Gonna cover that. One move.
One move blunder.
Let's see.
Where was your one move blunder? Bishop.
It looks fine. It looks better for black. So, yeah. Wait.
Leo was really low on time.
Yeah, that's the factor we said time pressure. Because it's real tactical position here.
Yeah.
So maybe shouldn't go for
Oh.
that, I think. E5.
Bishop C4, King H8, and then Bishop E4. Wait, what?
Wait, what's the tactics here after E5? Bishop C4, King H8, Rook E5. Why can't we just take on?
Take one with.
Or
The E5 rook?
even just here, like, why can't I just take this?
True.
And I'm just like hitting G7.
Oh yeah.
But maybe you wanted like maybe like some takes and like B3.
Rook C3.
Oh yeah, I mean I guess I hung a knight.
No, because
Takes
there's
your
always
turn.
Bishop C4, I think. Bishop
Bishop
C4.
C4 and then King H8.
Worst case, Bishop A2.
Ah,
because
Bishop
it's
A2.
object
Just,
change,
yeah,
yeah.
just give it away. Yeah. So I guess Bishop C4 is
So we're
like
having
a
again
big problem.
Bishop check. Yeah.
So yeah, Rook takes
Not
E5.
Oh,
yeah,
he's threatening
okay.
Rook take G7, right? That's one.
Yeah. Okay, Rook G7 is the threat, and if you take like this, then we're just hitting this, and I mean everything's
Do you
kind of
resign
falling
now,
apart
or?
here. because this will die, and if you go like rook g8, I
No, the
can't.
bishop is hanging. Bishop is hanging.
Oh, that also just doesn't really work.
The
So,
rook is hanging. Sorry.
yeah, in that case,
I was just
yeah,
thinking.
e5 is just a bit of a slight blunder. Yeah, probably even here you could go like knight b5 to guard this, but then like takes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, maybe not so much. Maybe not so easy.
Maybe 95. That's why it's defendable.
Somewhere. Okay, e5 takes, bishop f5, bishop e3, king g1, knight c3, bishop. Yeah, I mean it looks good for black, but it's not so easy, right? The knight can also go to d5. Maybe knight d5 is the way to go. Just like guard everything. And then like bishop c4. Then I can go like c6. I don't know, like here bishop c4, knight c6. I'm like holding things together, sort of. Yeah, no, just like takes. I mean, I'm not saying it's like winning for black, but I don't know. It's like at least holding it together, I guess. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, yeah, this looks really scary. So I guess e6 was a pretty good practical decision. Because otherwise, just this is happening. Like you'll just like move the knight and go b3. Yeah, okay. I guess just bishop c4 check then. Oh, wow. Okay, wait. Oh, and bishop g7 is made. Yeah, okay. Rook e8, bishop g7. Yeah. Sad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which game did you play? Sorry.
All right. Along like b4, the two positive ball. This can.
Oh, this
We
one.
covered
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
We just don't understand why you play like queen d1 things like that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scared of the queen coming to f4.
Queen f4.
So I want to play queen f3.
I think it's
Well, I don't know. I think your main issue is that you kind of just went for the wrong trades, right? Like bishop b5 trading for this knight, not super great, but like checking the knight on e5 is good. But there's like a lot of pressure here. No, I mean.
I would never have gone for bishop b5.
Well, actually, you can sort of just castle here, right? Because if you decide to like chomp all of this stuff, then like b7's dead. You also have like bishop, like queen b5 or like bishop b5 stuff. So you actually have a lot of compensation for the pawn. Yeah, like even like queen b7. I'm not exactly sure what's so wrong with that move. Maybe I'm just missing something obvious. But yeah, so bishop b5 and like taking this is like kind of sad necessity, and g4 kind of just makes things worse. I think you should probably just castle. At least now that the knight's defended. You can also maybe like consider queen a4, just going after the pawn, but he kind of wants to go c5 anyway, so it doesn't really make that much sense. Yeah, but after all these trades happen, like you're already just in huge trouble because like black has all the play. Like if you castle long, then like rook b8 and c5, but if you don't do anything, then still just c5 and stuff. So like it's already kind of hard to play. But if you're gonna go, I would have thought like queen c2 and like queen f4. I'm not exactly sure what the next, because like queen f4 is scary, but like what does black do next, right? If you just go like queen d3, I don't know, because like okay, I'm ready to like castle either way. I'm also going queen e3. I can at least like hold. If like the rook goes to b8, I can maybe go like knight b3 or just like b3 and just like guard, or actually maybe b4 with the idea like knight b3, knight c5. So yeah, I don't know, but like queen d1, I think kind of just exacerbates it a little bit because now you're like super underdeveloped as well. So even if you do castle, your rooks aren't connected. But yeah, I mean, like after this point, I mean, you can't really fault yourself too much because like this wasn't really the blunder, right? So, yeah. Outside of this, a whole bunch of moves were played. I thought there was like a slight opportunity somewhere, but maybe not. Yeah, a3 was kind of a really good move by your opponent. That's just like, yeah. So I don't know. Again, you can't really fault yourself. You kind of like the mistakes were earlier than this. So like, yeah. like maybe you could have gone like a3 to stop it, but like everything's ugly, right? So like at this point, the position basically just plays itself. Oh yeah, but this tactic doesn't really work just because basically what happened in the game, right? Like you can just go like f3 and like even though you win back the knight, you just get the connected pawns. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. Yeah, and then okay, I mean not a whole lot to do the rest. Yeah, so yeah, it's unfortunate. Anyway.
I mean, I saw you had a rapid game in B3.
Yeah, wait, was there anything else? Yeah, honestly, I didn't really know exchange Karakhan theory, so I can help you there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what you play is H3 actually.
Oh yeah, there is. Oh yeah,
The,
there is like an H3 like knight
It's like
F3
side-
line, which
sideline.
is maybe a little bit easier to play, but like whatever. Just like I don't know. If you're that concerned about it, just like check it within a computer or like do sim theory or I don't know. Nothing too bad. Anyway, what's happening with Cameron? Cameron is trying to grind 3 versus 3. Yeah, for sure. Queens came off the board one way or another. Oh yeah, Queen D2 was played. Okay, and then Queens got swapped, and yeah, okay, just gonna be a draw here. So in that case, the only other game's still going. Oh, actually, Sam's game, I guess, is still going technically. Sam's trying to convert 2 pawns up. Probably nothing to worry about there. Nick and Cameron will be making a draw, and then
Angela.
she had a chance to draw, but she messed it up and lost. After Bishop H3, she played Queen H4, A4, which is correct. But after takes Queen G4, she played Knight G3, but she had to play King F2. Because
right now.
yeah, the issue is it allows E4, or it also allows H5. And yeah, exactly. Like E4 and Bishop D6, but also if you take, you can also just like push the pawn and win. Or like H5 or Bishop D, like there's a bunch of wins. So yeah, and then she played Queen C6 and then just yeah, that was sad. But after check, she could actually just go like here, and funnily enough, there's no good way for black to continue. You can kind of just shuffle.
C6, Queen E6.
I think all games will finish.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do nothing,
that's right,
then you can like do some stuff like this. Yeah. So yeah, so she had a chance, but she was worse all game to be fair. So
How to push
Yeah.
it?
as soon as she allowed the move like A4, she basically was just worse the rest of the game.
A5, you need to go B3 generally.
Yeah, well, yeah, you either had to go like A4 to just chomp the just like mess up the entire queen side, or just go B3. So if they ever go like A4, you go B5 or like B4. So yeah, but as soon as she allowed A4 and she had no way to like break the binds, there was just there's just way too many ideas. And she tried to play E5, but that just kind of makes the situation worse because it opens the D file and stuff. Draw 3 versus 3. Wait, where? I missed it. This. Yeah, 3 versus 3. Yeah, Sam's up 2 pawns. So probably. Oh, never mind. He actually finished apparently he won. Yeah, so it's 1-0.
Both 3 of you choose game.
Right. Oh yeah, this is the only game that's good. Bit of an interesting ending. Up the pawn, but not so easy to come. Yeah. Yeah, how do you win this? I assume you start with King H5. That much is relatively obvious because you can't like run around this way, right? All the pawns are kind of blocked off. But with these pawns on light squares, you should be able to win this eventually.
I know how to win now. So King H5.
Yeah, it should be like some kind of zoom swung, right? You just like go here.
So if you play Bishop D6, just Bishop.
Yeah,
C8.
Bishop C8.
So if you play King F8, just King H6.
Yeah.
So you just walk your king down.
Yeah. So then.
So now it's the
Yeah. So it's essentially just zugzwang, right? If you and you can also go like here. So if you like go back, you hang this. So yeah, this should just be a way.
Do you want to join the interview?
Yeah, post game interview, Sam.
You want to join post game interview, of course. Sam, come on.
Okay, bishop c6, but this allows bishop c. Oh,
No.
okay, he doesn't play
C6?
bishop. Wait, why did he
Wait,
play?
what?
Okay, he didn't play bishop c8, but I guess it's still winning. Yeah, bishop. I'm not sure why he just.
Oh, it's winning anyway. I think.
c8 because I mean that's a free pawn, but like okay, he can probably win. You think he? Yeah, I mean he doesn't have to think too hard because he's low on time, but
Because after bishop d7, just king g5.
yeah, I
And
mean.
just-
It's just always going to be. It's always going to be like Zug's running. If you feel like you're king h6 and
Yeah,
like g7 and stuff. And otherwise, if they do anything else, like
Just
here,
king
just
g5.
king g5, you're still Zug's running. So, which is actually kind of interesting because that's the only move that wins. Like, if you go here, apparently, oh, you hang this, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so it's
that's why
actually
king
it's
g5
pretty obvious. King g5, I guess, yeah. So yeah. So apparently, we got to d6, and black is still thinking, but ending very soon. That'll be the last game. So I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just thinking about resigning because I mean, there's so many ideas here, like bishop c6 and king g5 and stuff. Yeah, a lot of well, no, we lost last round, 3-1, whatever.
Oh, they cheated. You Unilever is cheating.
It's not fair. No. Okay. Some moves have come in. Bishop e8, king g5, and I mean, okay, you kind of have your choice of wins here. You can probably just go here.
Fish c8 just take e4.
I don't know. I thought this was logical, but maybe he just takes e4. Yeah.
How do you actually make progress for this game?
But still, you just take, and take, right? The two connected pawns to go win, right? At least I assume that's how it works. Okay, here he takes. Okay.
Oh,
bishop-
yeah, that's a4. So if you takes e4, right?
Yeah.
So bishop take a6, bishop d3, that's a4. The bishop. Oh, you take that one.
Well, what else do you? Oh, you can go
I thought
bishop.
you-
You can go bishop
defense.
d3, but then there's a4.
A3, yeah. But if
I
you
just
take
kind of assumed
g6,
you
just
take-
take b5 to connect the pass points winning.
Yeah.
That's just my
I'm just gonna wait for moves to come in. We'll probably just
Sure.
take, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
bishop
he did too,
c8.
he did too.
Wait, did you play bishop b4?
No, yeah, it's been played.
Oh yeah. Okay, bishop b4, bishop a6.
I think if it bishop d3, yes.
Oh, bishop f5 was a clean win apparently.
Why?
What does that do? Bishop b7? Bishop c2. I don't.
Or maybe just win the d5 ball and
I
take into a6.
Yeah, maybe it was just
Something like that.
maybe there was just like some fancy Zook song or something.
But
Because
that's
apparently bishop d3, a4. What ba4 takes a3 here? Is that like a draw or
Ooh.
something? Okay.
Okay, bishop c6.
Yeah, bishop c6 instead. Wait,
But
bishop,
king-
what was wrong with, wait, bishop d3. What was a4 like a draw or something? Yeah, this is draw. Wow, e4 apparently.
Oh, okay.
Bishop takes. Takes,
Takes,
and e3. Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
Look at that. Okay.
yeah, so
So actually a trickier endgame
So
to
king
win
f5?
apparently. King f5, maybe e4.
I was thinking, can we take b5?
Can you take b5 here? We'll just bishop.
No, after e4. King
Oh,
f5, e4. Takes, because I think put king pass points winning.
yeah, maybe. The king is pretty far away there.
Yeah. I thought I put my king on c7. Then I just pushed two pass points as winning.
Bishop c8, he goes e4.
Bishop f5.
I kind of thought you just like stick your bishop on f7 and then like use the king to go to this.
No,
man.
then
I think
they'll
you have
push
enough
e3.
time. Yeah, so yeah, bishop f5.
Then e3, bishop d3.
Yeah.
Then you get king.
Then bishop f3. No, but then king
No, it's too
f4.
slow, yeah.
Wait, d3. Wait. Bishop f5, e3.
Oh,
Bishop d3, bishop
just
f3,
take b5.
f4.
as I said, two connect pass on a5, b5 is winning.
Yeah.
You just put
Okay.
the king on c7.
Oh.
So basically,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
showed you.
Okay. Yeah.
The idea is this one. So these three, I think. Yeah. It's a draw.
Bishop takes b5,
That's
e2 is
okay.
apparently a draw.
I saw if we get king to c7. queen is.
Maybe the king is just too close because as soon as you move white king g6, you're running over.
Maybe I miscalculated.
Yeah,
Well, what else should we play?
this is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of
E4.
it's like winning, but like
That's
not
what
so easy to win. I guess.
Okay, maybe choose four. If they play here now,
Yeah, I think that's probably definitely the safe approach. And I assume he'll zook on himself, and you can probably give up g6 for e4, right?
yeah, that's why I said just win these 2 points. And
Yeah,
connect one
it's
as
same colored bishops, and you'll win the b5 pawn if you trade these 2 pawns. So.
well. H5. I just take this one. King f5. F5.
You can probably get away with king f4 as well because if king g6, you go bishop f5.
They won't take the trade.
Oh, but now bishop b2 and stuff. Because now he can't go to bishops. He can't go to c4. It's annoying, right?
That what?
Yeah, maybe king d4. All right, let's have a look what's happening in the game.
G4. Bishop G4. Yeah, no. I was just not update.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lie.
Bishop c4. Oh, but you can actually take this. No way. Bishop takes c4, and that's the only winning move. He has to find bishop c4. bc4 and king f4.
What, C3?
c3. We go king e3, I guess.
Oh,
King
yeah, your
D2?
king's starting everything.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
King g6,
King
and then like
front of pawn,
yeah, and then like
side of
b5,
pawn.
b6. I guess
Yeah.
will save you. So yeah, bishop c4, only winning move. Okay, can he find it? Because otherwise you're actually losing because of e3, e2. Wait, how is this? How would this be losing though? Because even if you go, because when you think about it, because can't you always like second pawn on a4 to make this the wrong
Just
color?
take C4.
Yeah, but like if you go here, like e3, and like you allow e2, you take that and then go a4, and then ba4, and then it's the wrong color. But maybe the king is just too far away.
No, Bishop.
Oh, wait,
Bishop is
what?
hey.
Oh, okay, this happened. Okay, he takes c3, king e3, c2 we go king d2, and e3 we take, and then e2 we go back to d2, and it's some easy win. What else can you try here? Because if you take g6, I just take e4. That's easy. So I guess c3 is the only try really. And then king 2, king c2, king d2. This is game over.
Let's just get out.
Yeah, game over. So losing endgame for black. Here. Yeah, those are mine. C2 here takes. Yeah, I mean the 2 pawns. Yeah, nothing to do here. He'll probably play like C2, D2, and the rest of it. That will be all she wrote, and that will be it for round 3.
That's why I use my YouTube.
Oh, that was because Brendan put this like.
I wonder why I use my
yeah.
card. Stand it up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, D5.
Alright, you lost rating points so far? You lost rating points so far? Okay. So you lost your ticket. Because you lost in Sydney.
Yeah, I was worried.
Yeah, the
It's not fast enough, right?
king is outside of the box.
Yeah. That's what I think. No worries.
And every you go C2, just king D2. Yeah. So oh yeah, this game's been decided. So that's actually it. So I guess we can call the stream here. Yeah. Guess we're all done now.
Let's stop.